Welcome back to Late Night of the Movies on the Late Night Chat Network, your first stop for pop culture talk. I'm your host, Niko, and join with me today we got Max.
What's up, people?
And JT.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Live in person as we continue our episodes recording here outside in the summer. It's very nice change of pace. And we're continuing with doing these double features as well. And today's pick that I picked last episode, if you guys missed out on that, that was a great one with a guest as well. Alan came on and we talked about Tenet, so make sure to go check that out. We're talking about Ocean's 11 here today, and in terms of the double feature, next episode, you got Ocean 12 to look forward to. So awesome. We'll be talking about those two from Steven Soderbergh directed films, starring a huge cast of stars. It's kind of like the Odyssey of its time in terms of the rundown of our actors.
I mean, if we're just talking, I mean, they have the same cast, both movies, but I mean, virtually, but like maybe the greatest cast of all time
assembled. Really?
Yeah, honestly, like it's pretty hard to beat.
It is a great cast,
and
also like at a great time of their careers.
Yeah, like everyone is
like a perfect time for a lot of these guys at this point in their careers, like George Clooney, Brad Pitt,
Matt Damon. That's like a
Pitt era. Yeah,
that's like a triple-headed monster right there. It's like
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
Damon wasn't even as famous as they were at that time.
Yeah, he was just starting out kind of.
I mean, George Clooney. It's surprising, I guess, how famous he really was. Honestly, like in terms of like, because his longevity, I would say, like in terms of like then till today, he's nowhere near as famous as he was then, in my opinion. But still George Clooney. I mean, these guys are still teaming up. They did that Wolves movie last year together, which, it was fine. I
have yet to see it.
It wasn't bad. Good, I liked it, but I mean, I think the reviews weren't that favorable. Honestly.
I would watch those two do anything though. Like I think they have great chemistry.
Well, that's why. That's why you could see that it's very present in this movie. So.
And apparently they're gonna revive the franchise, Ocean's franchise. Like they're working. Did you hear about that?
I did hear about that.
Ocean's 14, I guess, is on the way somewhere.
And they're gonna try to get all the same cast together again. That'd be cool. Is Soderbergh attached though?
I don't think he's gonna direct it.
Okay.
I think from what I heard, I don't think he is.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, who's still alive? The director? No, he's still alive.
He's still making movies. He's the one who directed Black Bag, JT, that came out last year.
Yeah. It was all on our favorite top 10 movies list.
He's an older guy though,
no?
Maybe like in his 50s, maybe if I think 60s, maybe. I don't know.
You think it's Spielberg?
Not that close. Not that off.
The other SS.
Yeah, exactly.
The other SS.
The other Steven S.
But yeah, I picked this at the end of last episode. I thought this would be like a more of an easy breezy kind of like double feature to discuss. And honestly, these movies are just fun. Like I really like these movies. I know we had talked about it before. You had talked favorably about them, so I knew I had an ally in you at least for picking these films. And
who doesn't like this movie? Like Ocean's 11.
They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. I mean, they're just simple, like they're heist movies, which I always enjoy. They have a great cast involved in it. I mean, what's not to like? I mean, listen, between the two movies, they travel around, like especially the second movie, Ocean's 12. They travel around Europe, which is a lot of fun. I love heist movies in general. Here's the thing. I'll break it down for you guys. The reason that these are so watchable and such fun films is obviously, like we just talked about, it's a great cast that they've assembled for this. They don't really do these type of films anymore in terms of like I said, I just alluded to the Odyssey, this being like it's Odyssey of its time, only in the sense that this is a huge cast of famous actors. But I feel like then compared to now, it feels like so watered down and predictable now. Like even between Odyssey and Dune Part 3 this year, it's like all the same actors that are in these films. Like it's just like the who's who of like who our famous actors are currently
They're
today.
Using the same kind of circle of people. Yeah,
and that's what happens with every generation, I think, when it comes down to
it. Sure. Even comedy, like there's comedy troupes and stuff like that. You had all the Will Ferrell years and all the Seth Rogen years for all those guys.
This is kind of different. This era that we're in now, like I'm like you're right. Like it's like they're really using the same like 10 actors for everything. Like it's
Pedro Pascal,
Pattinson,
Zendaya. Like I just felt like when I went to see Odyssey the other day, I'm just like, geez, this is literally all the actors that are going to be in the other hugest blockbuster film that comes out this year.
That is kind of cheap.
And it's like, well, some of these actors, if not all, are good actors. Don't get me wrong in their own respects, but it seems like back in the day in comparison to now, you had to earn it more. I felt like you had to your body of work really had to you know what I mean, be good to be in a film of this caliber. Like these guys are big stars, like movie stars. The time of the movie stars as we know it, like Tarantino said that one time, and he dissed George Clooney. Actually, funny enough, when he tried to say that he wasn't a movie star or whatever, but I think that's just because he had beef with Clooney from maybe the past. I don't know.
That's an interesting thing to talk about later.
Right, we can get into that, but really, like
the
star power of the guys in this film is undeniable at this time. Like these guys, like I said, like Damon. It's funny because Damon was just in one of the hugest films of this year, which is surprising, honestly. Like his longevity, I think he's done really well for himself in terms of some of the roles he's picked up over the years. But Clooney was huge at this time. Brad Pitt was huge at this time. Julia Roberts, there's like
maybe the biggest
those
name
names
in the movie
alone, should sell you on this movie. And then not only that, they picked smartly a really good cast of character actors, that would be considered maybe B/C list type of guys maybe of that time, but just really good character actors that interesting parts of their career, whether they're older stars that have lapsed in terms of maybe their popularity, or newer guys on the come up like Casey Affleck and Scott Conn, who are they're kind of both in a way nepo kind of actors in the terms of
it's funny that they're siblings,
right?
That they're both
that's the thing. I think that's why they cast them together, right? Because the
funny.
guy Scott Conn who's in this, you know who that is, right?
No.
James Caan's
son.
Well,
the guy that's one of the brothers.
James Caan.
Yeah,
the guy that was driving the monster truck.
The guy who's the brother.
Remember when they're racing the trucks?
Yeah,
Donnelly brothers.
Donnelly
Is it Donnelly?
Not the one that was doing the remote control one. The other one.
The one that's doing the one that's actually driving the truck is Scott Conn.
That's James Caan's son.
Yeah, and then the one who's doing the remote control is Ben Affleck's younger brother, Casey Affleck.
Yeah, of course.
So it's kind of funny then how that lined up.
So there's that aspect of why I like this movie. Also, it's an easy watch. I love the tropes of these films. I love seeing how the job was done at the end. I like them revealing how, as a viewer, you think one thing was happening. Meanwhile, they fooled everybody, including the guy involved in the film as the antagonist. I love that. I love the getting the band together trope of these type of movies where they got to introduce all the characters and bring them all together. That's always a classic trope. These are classic tropes for a reason in these films because they always work. If they're done well, but if they're not done well, they can easily just be not good films as well. There's plenty of heist movies that don't exactly work in the heist itself, whether it's too complicated or too convoluted or even not put together well. The story shit. There's many ways that we've seen this go badly as well, but I just think if you have these type of things in these type of movies, big stars and getting the band together, showing you everybody one at a time, their skills, I just eat that shit up, bro. I love it. I really do. I think it's just it's such an entertaining way to to have a story progress, honestly. It's one of my favorite kind of genres, heist movies, honestly. And this one was done in such an entertaining way with big stars, because there's other good heist movies, obviously, but a lot of them are more serious or action based. This is a comedy for the most part, but it's also, it's got some good entertaining dramatic beats throughout too, maybe nothing too serious, but just stuff that kind of, in this one, Danny has to get his wife back, right? That's the whole point of it. Is he not only robbing the casino, but he's also he's trying to get back the guy who stole his wife, because he did lose something this time. He didn't just lose, go to jail. He lost his wife, right? So I really like that about this movie. It's just very entertaining and easy to watch, right? So I've watched this many times. This is one of those ones I'll just, if I see it on
super
streaming,
rewatchable.
Throw it on. Yeah, super rewatchable. I've seen this probably 10 times.
Me too.
And as a summer flick, I just thought this would be an entertaining watch for us to discuss and an easier one to approach after just talking about Tenet, which we did last time, which is a great movie too, but that was a lot to kind of take in at the time, right? And we're going double feature territory. Also
has a little bit of a heist element, that movie too.
Exactly. Well, that's why you thought I picked this at first. I was like, no, I just
you, bro.
That's what I thought, because in that scene in Tenet when he's casing the art gallery, the Freeport, Robert Pattinson is casing the place. It just gave me Ocean's 11 vibes for some reason, right? And because it's slick and it's cool and they had great music in the background.
And of course, I should mention this is based on this is a remake technically. I mean, there's the other one that they did back in the day, the
Frank
Rat Pack.
Sinatra,
Frank Sinatra and Freddie Prinze Jr.
I've never seen that one.
Ocean's
Have you
11.
seen the original?
No, I've never seen the
I've
original.
never seen the original.
Ocean's 11 made me go back and look at some of the Rat Pack stuff, and then I follow on the Don Rickles fucking thing. That
Oh, I
Oh
love
yeah,
Don
was he
Rickles.
in that film?
No, he was
He
in
wasn't.
Casino.
But that's why he's
Yeah.
in Casino,
Yeah,
because he's
because
part
he
of
was
that
part-
era.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just 4
But I know
hours.
Dean
I've been off the
Martin,
line.
Sammy
I'm on the line.
Davis.
Sammy
Yeah,
Davis
yeah.
Jr.
I
Yeah.
couldn't stop pissing my pants, man.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's the other part about this too, that this is technically a remake. They've gone on to make 4 movies now. I think
The original Heist too, as well. Like they still play off the original.
I believe so.
Yeah,
It
I
takes
know, I've
place in
never
the-
watched it.
Yeah,
I
like
know,
I think in the Frank Sinatra movie, I haven't seen it, but from what I remember, I think they're like army friends that they met in the military or whatever, and then now they're like trying to rob a casino in
Okay,
Las
yeah.
Vegas,
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
Yeah, so admittedly, I've never seen the originals. I've seen all the 4 modern ones that they've done, including the 14, which was the woman one. No, 8. Sorry,
Ocean's
they
8
went
with
back,
Sandra
yeah.
Bullock,
I
right?
thought for a second they just kept going up to
Yeah.
the 14 people.
I haven't seen that one.
I have. It's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not. It's
And
not
I like those
special.
actors that are in it. I just didn't bother.
And to be honest, the best of the 4 movies are the ones that we'll be talking about, in my opinion.
I
Of this
agree.
double
Yeah,
feature.
I agree.
I think, unfortunately, when you get to Ocean's 13, which is the same cast, they start running into issues where they're kind of playing out the same scenarios. Like
Sorry,
Al
not to.
Pacino is the guy that has a casino in the 13 one. Who's basically his acting clone is in this film, right?
Yeah,
As
yeah,
the
it's
antagonist.
Andy Garcia.
yeah,
He's
Andy
basically
Garcia.
Andy
Another
Garcia.
Godfather. there.
Which they've played opposite each other exactly with the Godfather. So like it's just funny to see them
Tropes.
then go to Pacino. Like it's just like, wow, you guys really have run out of ideas when they got to Ocean 13. Like I
Yeah.
like Ocean 13. Don't get
I
me
think-
wrong. It's easily the weakest out of the
I
trilogy.
don't know if
though.
this is like jumping the gun a bit, but I feel like because Ocean's 12 was a little unconventional of a film,
Mhm.
and there was maybe some pushback to that, I think the pressure was go back to Ocean's 11 formula,
Sure, fair.
and that's kind of like even worse when you. It's
agree.
better to do
They
something
should have just not made
and-
another one.
and do something a
Move
little
forward. Yeah,
challenging
yeah,
for
yeah.
audiences than to give them what they've already seen before, and
agree.
that's why I think they're you're right. Of this trilogy, of the Soderbergh trilogy,
the
13 is the
weakest.
weakest
Yeah.
by
The way
far.
this one works out, it's almost like the 11 is basically mocking. Sorry, 12 is basically mocking 11.
Yeah,
It's
in a
making
way,
it
yeah.
of itself.
Right, and then not only
But
that,
it's- I think
but
it's
not only
genius,
that-
to
but
be
that-
honest
But
with
not
you.
only that, they build off of what they established in the first movie by bringing them back together,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
the reasoning behind the story. We'll get into this when we
Yeah,
cover
when we
that
do
one. I don't want to
cover
get
that.
too
Yeah,
into
that's
it.
why I was
But-
about to jump in the gun.
But that's what I mean. It just plays well off of each other. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Yeah, it's like the way that they get to the second movie after this one just makes a lot more
I kind of
sense.
wish they just finished it at 12, like
I
personally.
agree
yeah.
because once you get to 13, it's like completely going back to the well at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah.
And then they even had Benedict in on the fucking scheme in the third one.
Yeah, which was cheesy.
Benedict
All that
helps them.
Garcia.
Yeah,
with
I didn't like that part.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Benedict Garcia, Eddie Garcia there. He helps them as one of the he's the 13th person in the Ocean's 13. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is really literally a remake of
Yeah.
Ocean's 11,
Yeah.
but like,
With Al Pacino.
yeah,
And it's like a late Al Pacino.
And
so
Ellen
he's like he's
Barkin, yeah.
phoning it in.
He's phoning it
yeah,
in.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
he
It's-
really
it's-
is.
He really is.
And I love
And
Pacino.
it's same. But this is
It
that's like
pains me
what,
to say
that's one
that.
of his like most phoned in.
It
performances
is.
of
But the thing
ever
is, like,
13.
you wait for a movie like this. You wait for now to get me to come into it. Is
Right.
basically how he's coming at it. Like, you know.
Well, I just feel like
But
he
he was
already
more of
had
his
enough
prime.
star power in these other films to like put him in the 13. Like it was.
It
like,
is kind of
we
a
need to-
waste of a Pacino. I feel like they could have like
Yeah.
done something a little
He's
more
a paycheck
interesting.
for Pacino. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean like,
Yeah.
like I think Al Pacino's more deserving of like a more juicier kind of
Sure.
villain role, and I don't. They
And at
really
some
just had the
points,
Terry
bro,
Benedict
Some
part
points
two.
in an actor's career, especially when they've gotten so far, bro. I mean, you really can just take any role for that.
Sometimes you just take it for the check. Yeah.
But sometimes
check,
it's
yeah.
also, but I feel like
Why
it's
not?
also like you're as an actor, you're almost at the mercy of the script. If the script isn't good, and they're not giving you anything to work with, like then like the performance is not going to be memorable either. I don't care how great of an actor you are. It's
Right.
just, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like so,
Yeah.
and I think that's the problem with 13 is just not a very interesting story because nobody wants to see the same thing over again.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to see more of what they've already seen.
Yeah.
You want to surprise your audiences, and we'll get more into that when we talk about 12 because it's a very unconventional movie in my opinion, for the better,
Absolutely.
for Luke,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yeah, we'll certainly get into that when we discuss it. Make sure to check out the next episode for that because we're doing the double feature.
But
That being-
let's stay on 11. So
I was about
11.
to say, that being said, I kind of did a little bit of an intro here. Like I said, that my experience with it, I've seen it many, many times.
Mhm.
How about you, Max?
So
Your feelings towards this film?
So I think this movie, I honestly think this is like a perfect movie. Like I'll describe it like that because the way I look at it is like a perfect movie to me is like one that understands the world and the genre that it's trying to build in. And when you talk about heist movies, I feel like this is like maybe the best of all time. I think I feel comfortable saying that this is like of all the heist movies I've seen, I think this is the greatest one as far as like it understands the genre perfectly. You want cool characters in great clothing, like very cool music, the jazzy sort of like trip
it's like
hop,
the James Bond of heist movies.
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, and then you have all these characters who are so cool and badass. Like you have like first off George Clooney and Brad Pitt. It's like the greatest duo ever. Like.
And their chemistry is bar none.
It's
like
so
some of the,
infectious.
it's what
That's
makes
when
these
they're
movies.
It's like you can watch.
Clooney was the hottest guy in television. I mean,
but this what makes
they
these
bounce
movies
off
work.
each other so well. Like it's just
what
like
makes
they're a
these
perfect
how much
duo.
improv is in that? Not even.
Oh yeah, a lot.
It has to be
Because they're
Brad
friends.
Pitt.
They're friends. They're actually friends.
It's so
dude.
good.
Like, that's
And
what's
then-
good about it. It
And then,
comes
and then,
natural.
and then, like the cherry on top, I love about these movies is like Matt Damon as like the naive, kind of
Yes.
innocent, like green-eyed, and he plays it so well. Like he plays like this awkward kind of guy, like so well.
His mom has to
Fits in
come
the-
bail him out. His dad comes and bails him out in the 13th
And he's
movie.
always like panicking and double
Yeah.
guessing himself, and just to see like Matt Damon play this sort of like unsure character.
Yeah.
So I think he has maybe like the hardest character to kind of
Absolutely.
play in that sense, right?
But that's
I know.
but that's what's funny about it. You can kind of see where he is at this point in his career because
Yeah.
even the casting is genius because they put him in the position where he's the up and coming thief in this.
Yeah.
You
You
forget
Meanwhile,
that
he's
in
the
there.
up.
It's kind of like mirroring his real
forget that he's
life,
even in there,
career
too, sometimes.
trajectory,
Like,
yeah.
he's just the way he pops out in scenes, like that's
Yeah.
just his thing. He's just there.
But that's what I think when the movies go on, he gets a more prominent role in the films because like he's like also becoming like a better thief in the movies as well.
Yeah.
Like that. But like you said, it's mirroring kind of like I feel like his come up through Hollywood at that time
it's a
too. right?
perfectly like directed film, perfectly cast. Like I wouldn't change any of these actors. I wouldn't take them. Like it is such a well casted film, and like I literally think it is like the best cast. Maybe what's funny actually. Maybe one of my other favorite cast is like another heist film would probably be Reservoir Dogs.
Sure.
Just because like everyone is such a
Yeah.
badass in that.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Harvey
yeah, yeah.
Keitel, Michael Madsen,
Yeah.
Tim Roth, Steve Buscemi. Like that's like another just like all time great
But you
cast.
see, but like when you talk about movies like that, or you're talking about movies like Heat or things like that.
Yeah,
those are
Heat is
all, like,
another good
serious
one.
Action heist.
Another
films,
heist.
right?
Oh yeah, that's
Like-
another heist film.
Like, but that's what
Shit,
I mean.
maybe that's the greatest heist film.
I was about to say.
yeah.
But I think when people think of movies like this in terms of heist films that are like not as action packed as that they always point to Ocean's 11 as like you said, like the prototype, like the one to be like, I always say like when I read things or watch things, I'm like, oh, it's kind of like Ocean's 11 meets whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like a mashup of these two things.
You just bringing up those other movies kind of just made me look at Ocean's 11. I just kind of never really thought about it like this, but it's like it is kind of refreshing how like devoid of violence this movie is. There's no like these guys are not assholes. They're not. You kind of root for them because they're good.
Not
they're
only
kind of very
that
likable
is that
characters.
they're all impressive on their own
skill
in their own ways.
Yeah.
But they're not to the degree, and again, this is jumping a bit ahead, like the Night Fox in the second movie, for instance, in number 12. These guys are just smart. They will outsmart you and trick you and make it look easy. And that's kind of how they're good at what they do. Like it's not that so much like they're like so skillfully trained as thieves. They're just smart and they're cunning and they'll smart you and they'll figure out a way to work around you. I mean, like again, like that's the whole thing about that next movie, the Ocean's 12, is that it's not even that they were as good as that guy to pull off the job. They were just better than him to be able to trick him. Like that's what you got to think about too, right? These guys are like they have like regular days jobs outside of this. This is just something a lot of them enjoy doing on the side. Like, they're all criminals, but they're also like, hey, I have a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. That's what I kind of like.
They're just
about
more
these.
like problem solvers.
And then you also really do feel like the chemistry, the friendship. It does kind of like even amongst the other actors, like just like as a whole group, like the way they're joking, the way they're having fun, the way they're kind of just like riffing on each other. It's like
It's a good time.
It's a good time. It's
good
like
time.
a very good hang. This movie.
No, it is. That's why I said. That's why it's an easy watch. That's why I knew it was going to be like a fun one to discuss because of those reasons, right? What's your experience with this? Have you've seen this before?
I've watched it. This is like the second time maybe I've watched it.
Okay, but you've seen it before, right?
I've seen it before.
You like these movies?
These movies, they're fun to watch, man. They're interesting to watch. They get a little confusing at some points. Ocean's 11 is not so much. Ocean's 12, we'll get into that one when that comes out. That one kind of fucked me up a bit.
Sure.
But I don't. It's not one. I've never revisited it maybe as much as you and stuff like that. And
I've watched it a lot.
Yeah,
I've watched it a lot.
Yeah, for me, no, not so much, man. I've seen it. I enjoy it. I like the star-studded cast. I like everybody that's in it and the pivotal and the roles that each of them play. So it's nice to know that they can put something like this together.
Well, they used to be able to. Now, not so much,
I don't
right?
know.
I mean, these days
we haven't
you
seen
do.
that type of film, right? Lately.
But that's what I mean. These days they do, but not on this kind of same level. Like it's kind of hard. I feel like between TV and movies now, these guys have so many projects on the go too in terms of like even scheduling.
Yeah.
This like putting something like this is a nightmare together, man. Like even with these big movies like we talked about, even with something like the Odyssey, which was a one-off, everybody in town that's a big actor would try to sign up for it, sure. But then when you become something like as part of like a franchise these days, like when it comes to the Dune or these Marvel movies, like that's hard to coordinate to be in a franchise, and then meanwhile you want to go off and do other movies, but you have commitments to these big franchises as well. That's what I mean. Like back then, like the way that they approach this film is like, yeah, maybe at the end they allude to there might be a sequel, but I bet you they probably didn't even think this was going to be this much of a hit as it was, right?
No,
in its time, because these movies were very successful when they came out.
Yeah,
but because of the star power behind it, right?
But I mean, they still tested the waters one by one, right?
Right.
I mean, but they obviously use the same cast and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then they tried to bring it back with the Ocean's 8 with trying to bring an all-woman cast on and change it up, right? For today's audiences. Of course, they did it with the Ghostbusters. They did it with a lot of things, right? So
it's also just a different time because back then the stars were stars. Now it's like you have so much competing. You have like the internet, you have YouTubers, streamers, all these other people are kind of popping up and like grabbing your attention.
Like you said, if you want to talk about that later more, we can. But that's again, that whole argument is, I think, applicable to this film because even by today's standards, like I said, like some of these guys that are in these movies these days, I just know that they're star or they're famous because people are telling me that they are. Like, I just don't see them going through the same paces today that they did in terms of like gaining their popularity, because there's so many avenues, like he just alluded to, for people to get famous now. Like you can be online famous, and then all of a sudden you're in a hit film. Right, you can have a YouTube, you can have a podcast. But that's what I mean. There's so many avenues, right? There's so many avenues. Yeah, right. The Rock. Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. But that's what I mean. Back then, I think you had to like
you have to earn your stripes back then.
You had to have like a respectable body of work.
Absolutely.
Like Brad Pitt didn't just show up in this movie being like, "I'm Brad Pitt." No, he had a huge.
He literally
career.
came out of Scrubs, and came into this movie.
Dr. Clooney. Yeah. But even he had other films before
Damon too. Good Will Hunting and all that, right? Like he earned his stripes. Nowadays, it's just like you're right. Like a lot of these actors are famous, but like, can you name any like classic or memorable films that they've been, like the younger guys, like they had like 3 or 4 like great films that like you could point to and be like, wow, okay, this is like a classic that I'll be watching for years. That these actors, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Matt Damon, had already like kind of gotten like they've won their championship, so to speak, right? Like by the time they get to Ocean's 11,
it's true. And I think that just this film talking about it coinciding with me having watched that movie the other day, these are just thoughts that kind of popped
into Odyssey,
my head. Yeah, the Odyssey. These were just thoughts that kind of popped in my head because of like just by comparison's sake of like the stars we have today compared to when this movie came out. Even it's such a different playing field now on it seems, honestly. Like it just, I don't know, it's interesting because like obviously none of these actors that are present in these films are in any of the big blockbusters this year. Yes, Brad Pitt has a movie coming out. I saw the trailer for when I went to see the Odyssey. George Clooney did a couple of things the past couple of years. He did Wolves with Brad Pitt. He did some less. These guys are still working, and they're still like, I think Brad Pitt for sure a movie star, right? George Clooney, not as big of a movie star, but at this time, huge movie star. Like, right? I would argue that is true about George Clooney now. I think his star is lowered a bit in terms of like maybe how big of an actor he is. But I just also think like for a while there, he just wasn't acting as much, right?
I don't think he's doing that either. Right? I think he's just right now. He's just doing George Clooney, man.
Right.
You know, he's been in enough right
He's
now.
also
that
he
doesn't
also
have
has the
to.
Casamigos. He's making so much money. Like
Yeah.
really,
that probably is killing
He's
the
just
motivation
chilling.
to be. It's almost like Dr. Dre. Like once he started making the
beats.
headphones, like
Yeah.
he didn't make any more music after that.
Like the
really.
movie and
Sure.
the movie that he did last year, I forgot the name of it. Adam Sandler was in it, and it was kind of like comment.
George Clooney and Adam Sandler were in the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jay Kelly.
Yeah.
With the Noah Baumbach movie.
I
Yeah,
actually didn't mind that movie. It had some major issues. Like it wasn't like
I didn't like that movie.
it wasn't a great movie. But what I liked about it, though, is that it again caught him at an interesting part of his career where the character that he was playing in the film
It's himself.
is kind of meta in the way
I don't
like it's
like
kind of
that.
commenting on like when it's done well, it's good. But
yeah.
that one was a bit of a mess. I agree. But there was some stuff in that movie that was very sad when you got to the end of it.
There was some hard.
There was some
stuff.
good stuff because it was like a man who basically screwed his life up because all his main focus was being
His
a star,
career,
his
yeah.
career.
Yeah.
And he's playing an older lapsed guy in his career, like actor in the film, which is kind of like where George Clooney is in his career. No, it's true.
Yeah, no,
I
I
mean, I know we're not talking about that movie, but I cannot stand Noah Baumbach. I can't stand his shit. Like, I really
Well, I'm
dislike
thinking,
this
I'm wondering,
Do you
do they
just
do
like
that?
Marriage Story as well?
movie. Yeah.
Okay.
The Marriage Stories. What was the other one? Meyerowitz Stories. The one with.
I like that show. Yeah.
No, it was a movie with Adam Sandler and Dustin Hoffman.
No. He did a
Ben Stiller. Remember
Oh, I
that?
did watch that.
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
Nah, I don't
Okay,
like any of his films.
Okay.
Actually, no, I like Francis Ha. With the
That's
Greta
like the
Gerwig.
one I haven't seen.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good film. The other one's fuck out of here.
Jay Kelly wasn't that. I know I'm not praising Jay Kelly, but I'm saying the interesting part about that was kind of commenting. I felt like almost.
Yeah,
on
it was
George
like it was
Clooney.
almost like it was like on his career and
Right.
and they even like use clips. I even think they use clips from Ocean's 11 when they're like
I think so.
you know,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they're like watching the
yeah,
trivia or whatever and stuff like
yeah. The other thing I liked about this movie is as the series go on, speaking of meta, is that these movies are very meta. They're
the second one especially.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that when we talk about Ocean's 12. But I think they're very self-aware films. Like even like the little things like in this movie, like where Brad Pitt is teaching stars how to play poker, and Topher Grace is there, and
I
Joshua
love that
Jackson,
scene.
and all those people. Like,
and they're all terrible at cards, like every single one of them.
And then Topher Grace shows up in the second one too. But that's what I mean. Like I
He's
like
amazing.
those moments. Like I like how like he has fun with it a little bit, right? And these guys apparently when they would go to film these movies, they would just go on vacation and like especially with the next one when they go to Europe and all that kind of stuff. Like they would
They're having a good
they would go
time.
stay in George Clooney's villa. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. So like it's
That's where he's living it up
but
right
the
now.
fact that these guys are all like, yeah, he lives in France, I
There
believe,
you go.
right?
Italy.
Italy.
Italy,
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Italy. Yeah, I know he
Como,
lives
yeah.
in Europe somewhere. Yeah. But anyways, but
Nice.
yeah,
Must be nice.
but that's the thing. You watch this movie and you like get the feeling that these guys were all friends with each other. Like
Yeah.
I like spending time with these people. Like it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. Like you said earlier,
It's just a super cool
I don't know
vibe.
why anybody would hate on this movie.
No,
Like,
I've
it's
never-
very straightforward
I've
and
never
simple,
heard.
like-
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I've
but I
heard
don't think if they're praised
Yeah.
in the way that I feel like I think people
they're
just,
not.
they
they're
think
not-
them as popcorn flicks, which is fair.
Maybe,
they are
yeah.
entertaining
Yeah,
popcorn
yeah.
flicks, but there's nothing wrong.
They
with
are
that.
kind of.
And they're not making these movies
Yeah,
anymore.
no,
this
they're
is the
not.
thing. This is what's like.
they don't make. Yeah. They,
Put out one of these a year, I'd be happy.
And if they are, they're not
Yeah.
very good. If
Right.
they are trying to
Or
make
they're
something
bad
like,
examples
yeah,
of this.
they're just retreading them, like you know. Because I've met people and it's kind of crazy, but I've met people tell me, "Oh, I don't like Pulp Fiction or whatever." Like I've actually met people who've said that. I've never heard anyone say they don't like Ocean's 11.
That's
like
fair.
you know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
just so hard to like dislike
right.
this kind of shit.
That's
you know?
fair. So yeah, I guess we can get into it though, unless there's anything else you want to say at the top of the show here about the movie overall. Is there anything you guys else want to add to that? I mean,
So,
I feel like this is pretty straightforward of an episode. Like I don't
just
you know,
personal
I don't have to go too
history.
deep with
Just
it,
personal
honestly.
history. This movie has been in my life for like the longest time. Like because I
11
remember
years.
like I was really young when my cousin showed this movie to me, and all my cousins loved this movie, and like I'd always be watching it. Like it'd always be on TV, and we had the DVD. Actually, this is one of the few movies I actually own a physical like
really?
DVD. Yeah. This and 12 actually.
Yeah.
And it's always been, and I saw Ocean's 13 opening weekend actually. Like,
Oh really?
yeah, and I was like a kid. I was like really into these movies, and
Yeah.
Wow.
like really into them, and it exposed me to all these actors who, anytime I saw something else with them, I'd be like, "Yo, that's Matt Damon, like Born Identity or whatever," right? Like,
Yeah.
it was just like it kind of just opened the floodgates for me to recognize a lot of these actors and stuff, and yeah, man, it's just a great cast, great film, like great, yeah, super cool, super watchable,
Well, I
super
can do it.
enjoyable.
I can do it again. I can To be honest with you, I think I can do it again.
Yeah.
I don't mind watching these actors. I forget that it's actually a long time since they've been like, this was such early years. They're so much older now, right? And when you see them and stuff, right? So it's kind of weird to kind
It's
of
nice seeing them at this point in their careers, like a
when they're
snapshot.
young
Yeah,
together, all together in the same flick. These actors, right? Which is pretty cool, right? So
because this came out 2001. Right now, actually, we're celebrating what is this 25th anniversary of Ocean's 11.
Wow.
Which I didn't even realize when I picked this. So there you go. Yeah,
think about it. 25 years ago.
Yeah. So
Fuck was
I don't think I've seen these
ago?
in theater, but I definitely, like I said, they were on TV a lot, and I do own it on Blu-ray now. So I used to watch this on TV a lot.
Well, like that was the biggest treat when you would be flipping channels and Ocean's 11 was on. It'd be like, oh, I'm watching this. Like,
well, this is one of those movies that no matter where you drop in on the story,
you could watch the rest of the thing. It's like a fail-safe button. Like you're watching the rest of this movie. Like,
nice.
So I guess let's get into it though. Favorite scenes and quotes, since we're talking about them at this point here.
I guess I'll just bring up, because you just mentioned Topher Grace, the poker scene is so funny. Like when they're all terrible at cards, and then Topher Grace shows his hand, he's like all reds or whatever. Like that kills me every time, bro.
The best. You think this guy's dying. No, the best part too is like when he goes outside and he's watching like the go-go dancers. And he's sitting at the bar having a drink, Brad Pitt, because he takes a break from like teaching these guys because he's so frustrated with them. And the guy's like, hey, how's the game going? He's like, longest hour of my life. And the guy's like, what? Running away with your wife. And he's like, hey.
He's outside, right? That's
so funny. And Joshua Jackson too is in there.
And those guys are so young at that time too. Like he's on like that 70s show, Topher Grace at this point.
Dawson's Creek, Joshua, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And,
it's funny. It's that like that's what I mean. I like those moments, right?
Deal to your left, right? And he keeps fucking that up.
Seriously, right? That's what I like about these movies. So getting into favorite scenes and quotes, but with both of these films that we're talking about, the double features, there's like honestly like 3 or 4 like lights out. This is my favorite scene in the movie, like scenes in this film and the next one, the sequel, Ocean's 12, that I love and I have to watch every time. And every time it's funny to me. Like there's some really great scenes in both of these movies. But yeah, I guess we can also give a rundown of all the actors in this movie as well, as we mentioned. There's a lot, right? So as we mentioned, I mean, the big ones: Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Matt Damon.
Don Cheadle, Andy Garcia, Elliot Gould, Carl Reiner, Casey Affleck, Scott Conn, Bernie Mac, rest in peace.
Elliot Gould, you said Casey Affleck, Scott Conn. Yeah, those are kind of the big ones, right? That's the whole crew, anyways. I don't know the Asian Yen.
And then the guy, I don't know the guy who plays Livingston Dell, like the computer guy, like the nervous one.
I've seen him in lots of things.
I don't know his name. Yeah.
He's like that guy for sure, right? Yeah, I don't know his name.
He's funny though in this movie.
He is. Yeah, and I've seen him in like a lot of things. That actor, for sure. But also like the best part too about Yen's character is like somehow no one understands his language. Well, some of them seem
no, they all understand him, but they're not responding in Chinese.
But that's the funniest part
like
about
they all
it.
Speak Chinese. Right? They all
that's the funniest
Chinese.
Part about it is they react to him and it works perfectly.
Yeah,
but they're not actually talking with him. Yet they all seem to understand him somehow. That's what makes it funny.
It's hilarious.
Every so often they'll throw out like an English line. What the fuck took you guys so long? Like that fucking thing.
But they don't put the subtitles in there for him.
No, he just speaks Chinese, and they're like somehow understand what the fuck he's saying. It's hilarious. It's like one of the funniest running jokes of the series. Like
yes, exactly.
So I was like, okay, I'm putting subtitles on. I don't see anything coming on.
What did you guys think of Julia Roberts casting in this?
Yeah, she's fine. She's
I
cool.
like Julia Roberts just fine. I think who else would you really put of this era with these actors, honestly?
I'm sure there's like a bunch of people you could
Sandra Bullock, I guess you could have put in there. Like she's also the other leading lady of that time that she would play opposite of her, but I think more people would think Julia Roberts would be the more attractive.
Cameron Diaz, maybe.
Cameron Diaz would have been great too, but but she's
Penelope Cruz,
but she's
maybe.
Also younger than these guys too, right? Like Julia Roberts is like of these actors.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like more of that age.
Era, right?
Meg Ryan, maybe. I don't know if is that out of place.
I don't think
is Meg Ryan a little too goofy, like for this kind of movie?
I don't know. I don't think she fits with these guys, honestly. But I mean, if it's like a rom-com one-on-one, that's what I mean. But like, I don't know. Like, I like Julia Roberts, but I also like. there probably could have been somebody else just as good, though. I feel like in terms of casting, like for her, it seems simply like she's like a big name. Like that was one casting where I'm like, okay, there's not many big famous women of this era. I mean, there is like Demi Moore, like you know what I mean. Like who else?
Demi Moore is a great example.
But that's what I mean. There's not many I think you could point to that are like as well known or as big of a star as her.
I'd really have to take a look at that list, or they could have. I mean.
At the time, no.
I think this is like the biggest you could have got, honestly.
Julia Roberts is probably, you're right. Julia Roberts is probably the biggest name of this time.
But I just say that all to say, like,
was she even at her biggest point of her
Kate
career?
Blanchett, maybe? I don't know.
Was she at the biggest point of her career at this point? I would say so, probably.
Or no, I don't. I would have thought it would have been just after this.
Because she's an Erin Brockovich, right, around this time, isn't she?
Right.
Which was also directed by Soderbergh.
I didn't even realize that.
I think she won the Academy Award.
I never realized Soderbergh directed that movie.
She won that one, So
there you go. So that's got to be around the same time.
I actually think Soderbergh.
That's totally different. Yeah.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like they worked together already. Obviously, at this point, was that
I've actually never seen that movie. I think it was before.
It's a good movie. She's really good in it. She is really good. But she's like really acting in that one. This one, she's kind of just like a placeholder.
She's the lead in that one, right? It's like she's got more to run with. Here, she's just the woman that he's chasing.
That's true.
Like
she just has to look good and show up.
Yeah, she's kind of barely in this movie.
Like, don't get me wrong, but like.
I think I know this is kind of hard to talk about just this movie but it's just like I think the romance element is much stronger in the sequel, and like the first one. I agree. I actually don't really care about the relationship at all.
The year before she did Erin Brockovich. Okay, there you go. So she just worked with Soderbergh right before this, right?
I think they've worked on a bunch of stuff together. They've collaborated a bunch of times.
But I mean, like even as a follow up, like obviously she was just I'll show up to this film.
George Clooney as well, Matt Damon as well.
So. Okay, so getting into scenes. Also, I did want to mention quickly, Brad Pitt. Is this where he's the best food eating actor?
This is I think this is the only thing I've seen. Like this series is the only thing.
Moneyball as well. Have you ever seen
Moneyball?
He's
eating.
He eats all the time in Moneyball.
Randomly grabbing sunflower seeds and shit.
Sunflower seeds.
Yeah. He is eating.
But that's what I mean. I think. But this is where it was established, right? This is where it was established, though. I think, right?
Maybe. I mean, I remember that became like a joke about Brad Pitt always eating, but I could never think of examples outside of the Ocean's movies. But like, Moneyball.
There was a story that he talked about on the F1 press tour where he ate a bunch of baked beans in one of those seeds, and he was farting all over the fucking production.
What is this weird fetish of Brad Pitt eating? Like, why do people want?
The best eating actor we have, I think.
I didn't even think about it.
It's for sure not Tom Cruise. I'll tell you that.
Tom Cruise is the running king. Like, yeah. I forgot where you're going with that. Yeah.
No, but seriously, like he is like our best eating actor. I feel like
swiveling it in his fucking hand and going, launching it in like.
Until you guys brought that up, I didn't even notice that
he eats all the time in this movie. He eats all the time.
Oh yeah.
Bro, the best is at the end when he goes to pick him up in the jail again, and he's eating a burger.
Yeah,
and then he's like.
It's just like eating too much shit, bro.
Bro, he's like bowing down a taco in this movie and the next one.
And then when he's eating like Matt Damon is trying to tell him about like Terry Benedict. This guy's eating a fucking shrimp cocktail randomly in the hotel lobby.
It's just like one of them
at the bar, right?
You know what this is?
Like a euro
when they're at the bar.
You know what I think they're trying to show is that like subtly they're trying to show he's probably like a smoker, like, and he's like this is like his way of quitting. He's always having to have something in his hands.
That's actually a good point.
I think that's probably what they're trying to like subtly hint at.
When he was a smoker, he's a smoker.
No, I think
in real life he was a smoker. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a huge stoner. Like in those days, like he was huge, like weed, like.
Just hilarious.
He's just saying smoker in general.
Smoking too.
Yeah. But I think that's what they were and I'm talking about in the story, not in real life. Like they're probably trying to hint at that. Oh, this guy's like maybe in real life too. And they're like, here, just have some.
That's a good point. Yeah, I just feel like he's like he adds so much to the character by eating in those scenes. It's great. It's good stuff.
Is it like his first time you see him? He's eating fucking nachos.
Yeah.
He's just like.
Yeah, and one of them he's like eating like a gyro or something, or like a wrap of some sort. I'm like,
shawarma or something.
I was trying to write down all the things he was eating in the movie, and I lost track. Like it was too much. I think he eats like 5 times in this movie that I see. Like, but like shoving food down his like throat, like just like going to town.
Think about it, man.
Yeah, you didn't notice that.
Funny
Yeah,
as hell, bro.
Not gonna make me go and check it out.
You know what would have been
I
perfect
gotta
if they
take
showed
about
him?
Brad Pitt
It would have been
eating
perfect
seeds.
if they showed him eating cotton candy, like a fucking like just a big fluff of cotton candy. He's just like biting into that, like.
So in terms of
Give him ridiculous
that
food
would
to
be
eat.
funny. That would be funny. In terms of like scenes, though, if I'm going in order of like my favorite scenes in this movie, again, the first one's got to be getting the band together when they collect all the guys. When they're like when they first get together, when George Clooney and Rusty, Danny and Rusty meet back up with each other, and they're like, okay, what's the job?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, who do we got? And then they start going through the roll call of like all the people and where they are currently, and like, and you get to see those scenes. You get to see those scenes with the brothers, with Scott Cod and Casey Affleck with the cars. Like those two kill me whenever those two are exchanging lines with each other.
Funny.
Other than George Clooney and Brad Pitt, and those two they play with each other. My favorite are those two guys. Those two guys kill me. How they always like are distractions.
Insulting each other.
Yeah, they're always insulting. They're causing distractions. Does the like the part with the balloons? Where he's like, "Oh, you're balloon boy." He's like, "I'm just trying to deliver my balloons."
The funniest,
balloons.
No. The funniest with those two is when they're trying to rob that pinch. The pinch that like electromagnetic
and they're
device.
arguing in the
And then
car.
Matt Damon cannot stand. He's so annoying. I even think there's a line where he's like, "Don't leave me with these guys," because George Clooney's forcing him to stay.
He runs out after them late, and then he like ends up.
And then the banter between them. He's like, "Am I touching you?
Yeah.
No, you're like your hands in my face, but am I touching you?" And they're just fucking like.
But I just love.
It's so funny.
I love that whole scene of them collecting all the different players and then explaining how they all have a different role in this thing. And my favorite part is when they have 10 people. He's like, "Oh yeah, we have 10 people now. That should be enough, right? Should we get another guy?" And he's like,
Brad Pitt's not saying a word.
Brad Pitt's just
say,
this is the chemistry between them. Brad Pitt's like this on the table. He's like, "Should we get another guy? We should get another guy."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get another guy.
Yeah. He says, "You think we should get another guy?"
Yeah. Well, first he says, "Do you think?" And he's like, "We should get another guy." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna get another guy." He doesn't say one word the whole scene. That's what's again just the way they play off each other is masterful. Like,
who has the best intro scene?
Because he knows what he's feeling. He knows what
he just doesn't want to say it. Yeah.
I love.
He doesn't want to admit that he needs more people.
I love how they introduce Matt Damon, like when he's like robbing on the pickpocket on the subway, like
he puts the note in.
It's such a sick scene.
And he has like the plane ticket under his hand. He lifts it right in front of him.
But just but like when they're showing Matt Damon robbing the guy, and you see like George Clooney watching him the whole time, and the music is playing. It's like such a great intro scene. Yeah, in Chicago.
I also like when they go to see the amazing Yen there in the circus, and he's like, I don't see what the big deal is. He's like, this guy, this is the guy that he does the flip, and he's like, okay,
he's like,
he gives them all the names.
He says, which one is the amazing Yen? He's like the little Chinese guy, and they're all little Chinese guys. He just looks at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then he sees him do the flip. He's like, all right, we got a grease man. Yeah, and he repeats it. This again, like seeing those two talk is just great.
I feel like the subtitles should have came out when every time they found somebody, it should have been on the screen. Whatever.
That actually would have been a good touch.
You know what? I feel like that's in
other movies have done that though.
I feel like that might have been in the old.
Other movies have done that though, where they do the freeze frame and they're like, like Guy Ritchie's films. Like he does that in all of them.
Boom.
Yeah,
it tells you who that person is.
Nick the Greek or whatever. Frankie the whatever. They do that in that movie. Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's more stylistic. This one's stylized, but also like slick, and like it makes it seem like it's not in the same way. Like Soderbergh's so good, kind of like
it's almost like he's catching him off guard when he's filming them and getting him at the best points. Because sometimes
like naturalistic, where
he's getting those natural parts out of it. He keeps maybe he
not
keeps
trying
the camera
too hard.
rolling the whole time. And then when he's getting down to the end, he gets the best part of that.
But I think
because I bet you they repeated themselves a bunch of times.
But I think that also speaks to how good these guys are, what they're doing in this film, because it's so simple, the lines that they're delivering, but it's just well done.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
the way it's done.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like they make it look so easy. Like, and
so
I know
that
people used to say that about Brad Pitt. They're like, "Oh, this guy can't act; he's just himself and everything." I'm like, but that's the star power.
Though,
that's the star power. Not everybody can do that.
No.
Like
there's be naturally cool.
Like the movie.
There's movies that would live on and die off of like him starring in it. Like if he wasn't in some of these films, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like that's why he's so good at that, like being himself in that sense, right? So So I like that scene. How about you guys? What scenes do you
I
really enjoy?
love the scene when they introduce Elliot Gould's character. What's his name? Ruben? Yeah, like
Ruben.
he's like in a fucking silk bathrobe.
Oh, yeah,
He's
the Jew money
yeah,
man.
he's like the rich Jews
Yeah.
living in a nice house, and he's eating like they're eating salad. He has his like hair,
All
his
he
chest
contributes
hair
to
out.
these heists is money. He funds the operation.
And he's like, "You're out of your damn minds. You're out of your
Yeah.
goddamn." His character's plays the part so
Yeah.
well, and then he's telling them the flashbacks of other people who've tried to rob casinos in the back. And obviously, the best one is like the '80s one with the fucking the Top Gun soundtrack.
Yeah.
He's like, the guy's like running out of the thing. He's like, "They saw, they came, they conquered." And then they like shoot the guy, and it's like, "Take my breath away." It's so fucking good. Like I love that scene so much. Yeah, I love that one.
Or the hippie that tried to run out.
Yeah,
And gets tackled.
he gets hit in the head. He's like, "Goddamn hippie!"
Goddamn hippie. Yeah, so he got a fresh breath of air or whatever when he went outside for a second.
Yeah, his whole character I love, and then he's like, "Oh, it's like this kind of thing used to be civilized, right?" Like he's such a every line he says in that scene is perfect.
Well, I also like the way that they rope people in, and they also play games amongst their own crew. Like in both of these movies, Danny and Rusty, they're always playing like mind games to throw people off too, like within the crew. And mostly they're trying to get what's his name better, Damon's character Linus. Like they're trying to like bring him up with them, but in a way they also screw with him.
They're like bullying him, kind of,
yeah.
But like it's like brotherly, kind of.
They're trying to, show him like the ropes, like trying to like teach him the ropes of how to do this thing, right? But at the same time, like they trick him in both films, right? So
if it was us three, I think I'm probably the David, right? I'm like the fucking.
Yeah, just because we're older.
Yeah.
I also like I love what's his name, Bertie Mac's part.
Oh,
that
that's
he
funny.
has. Frank. Yeah. Which part are you gonna say?
I was gonna talk about when Brad Pitt comes and picks him up in the at work there. He brings him in and he's in the jail. He's in the jail, and he's in there. And
I think you're thinking of 12.
Am I thinking of 12?
Yeah.
When you think of 12.
Yeah,
these movies kind of blend into one another.
Yeah.
But I know it's kind of like an inside joke amongst us all, because like I kind of like make fun of Jay for like the Don Cheadle love. I love Don Cheadle in this movie with the British accent. He is so good in this. Like this might be my favorite Don Cheadle like part ever. You don't like
crazy.
this?
No. I was actually going to ask you how you felt. I
love Don in this movie.
I was getting to it. I was going to ask you because I know you don't usually like Don Cheadle, and also
it's not that I don't like him. It's just Don Cheadle to me never stood out like when I watch him on screen. But here he's like so funny,
which
like
is so funny to me because the accent is so put on.
That
it's
perfect.
I thought you would have hated it.
No, I love it.
Okay.
I love it. It adds personality. That's the thing. I would say that's a better thing. I always feel like Don Cheadle just lacked personality for me. Like as far as like he just never stood out for me.
Because
like,
I bet you some people the accent is too much for them. Like the one he's pulling off here.
I mean, like you look at the okay. I mean,
accent,
not to because I feel like this is the most surface level shit. But like if you look at him in the Marvel movies, he's like a fucking chair. Like he just takes up space. Like he's not doing shit. Like does anyone ever say War Machine is their favorite character? Like nobody. Like he's just there. Like that's what I'm saying. But like okay, also Boogie Nights. He's hilarious. I love him in Boogie Nights. Like, So and then this in the Ocean's trilogy, where he's like this fucking British, this basher with this British accent that is so perfect. I love Don in this movie.
We're in Bonnie Rubble, mates. Bonnie Rubble,
trouble.
Yeah.
Hang on to your knickers, right?
He's basically a Guy Ritchie character.
Yeah, he is.
He's like,
they should work together. He should be like doing the British accent.
I feel like he's just trying to play a Guy Ritchie character in this. So like, arguably, it's not maybe a great performance, but I love him.
I think he's great in this.
I agree.
I think he almost steals the scenes, like in the
because I wasn't sure you were gonna like it because of the.
No, I love him in this. I love him.
That's hilarious to me. I think other people may disagree.
I actually kind of wish he kind of ventured out and did more crazier shit like this. And
I like him in this movie as well. He is a very, very fun character. Like his whole introduction when Rusty has to go get him from the cops and he plants the bombs or whatever. He's like, it's great to work with some proper villains again or whatever. Like as he's like hauling.
You know what? I do love him in Rush Hour 2 as well. That shit is funny as fuck.
Yeah,
like, come on, Kung Fu Kenny.
Yeah, of course. But that's like 2 minutes.
Yeah, but still, he's amazing in that too.
He's good in these.
No, Don is good. I kind of just been making fun of Jay, like, but he's good.
Yeah, because that was the original Jay's boy. I remember
Jay's boy. That's JT's favorite actor. Yeah. to go and show with Don Cheadle. I'm like, why are you trying to tell me about some show with Don Cheadle? Like I care, bro. Like,
but the Frank part that I was referring to that I really liked was when he gets caught by the fake Matt Damon character. I wrote down his lines. It's so fucking funny because he plays the black card with him and he tries to like accuse him of like him getting fired because he's black, right? He's like, goddamn cracker. And he's like, what'd you say? He's like, black man can't earn a decent wage in this state. What you want from me, man? Want me to jump on the table and dance for you? Want me to shine your shoes? Want me to smile for you?
Smile for you.
What does he say? They might as well call it White Jack.
Because he won't let me deal the card. It's much as we'll call it White Jack. Then he has to pretend to be that character and be like, oh, that's not true. I'm not racist at all, right? And he throws him out because he goes to attack him, and it's just like a reason to get like a. And then Frank, when he goes to see that guy, and they're buying all the vans, and he's like shaking his head, he's like squeezing it. He's talking about lotion.
By the way, would that negotiation ever work in real life? Where you're just squeezing a man? Like that's such a
what makes
movie
it so
scene,
funny
like,
though. He kind of plays the same kind of character he plays in like Bad Santa in this movie
Oh,
too,
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit too. Yeah, he's kind of like a sleazeball kind of in that too. But like I like how he like acts in this because he's like, Tim Gene. He's like, just like the denim, right? He's like, yes, that's right, sir. That's right. He's like shaking his head.
Just like
Yeah, just like the denim.
Bernie Mac.
I love Bernie Mac, man. He was really funny. I'm kind of disappointed that did he do the 13th movie? Was he?
Yeah,
in
he
that?
did. I remember.
He's also like the guy I feel like did the least in these films.
Yeah, he's barely. I don't even know what the fuck he does. I remember
He's
just
just
nothing in
black
the
guy,
second
bro.
just in the he
He's
does
a
nothing.
token black
Well, they
guy.
have-
I think in the sequel it was
They have
because
that,
he had like a
Cheeto,
scheduling
yeah.
conflict
Cheeto.
with another movie he was making, so he
That's why
asked
he
like
was so little.
he asked like
I
just
knew there had to be a reason.
yeah,
I knew there had to
but
be.
I don't even remember anything he did in 13. But I remember one of the big reasons, like after 13, they asked, "Yo, are you guys gonna make 14?" And I think George Clooney and Soderbergh both said like they both cited like Bernie Mac's death as a reason why they weren't going to continue the franchise anymore because he had died.
Didn't Elliot Gould die too, though?
A little bit later,
or just in
a
the
little,
movie? Because in the 13, he's dead. I think,
no,
isn't
Elliot
he?
Gould. I don't know. Elliot Gould. No, he didn't die in the third. He had like he gets like hospital. He gets sent to the
Okay,
hospital.
it's been a while since I've
like
seen
Al
13.
Pacino puts him in the hospital,
Right,
like,
but
and
he's not like in the film actively as one of the guys. Like he's not.
he's just like in the hospital
Right,
bed for
right,
most of the
right,
movie,
right,
or like at home or whatever in bed.
But he's still alive. Yeah,
he's still alive. I think the only ones who have died is Bernie Mac and Carl Reiner. I think those two have passed
Oh, of
on.
course,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
But yeah, they're basically saying like the reason they weren't going to make 14 for the longest time was because Bernie Mac had died, and they didn't feel like it was right to continue the franchise with one of. But now they're kind of like going back on that, like making the 14th one anyway. So
Because I do really like Bernie Mac in these movies too.
I
He's
mean,
really
Bernie Mac is
entertaining.
just good in everything.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just Bernie
yeah,
Mac, like
yeah,
you know, like,
yeah, he plays Bernie Mac.
yeah, like
yeah,
why
yeah,
not?
yeah.
Like I can always go for
He's
Bernie
it.
Mac.
That's it. That's all he's did. He comes.
But
in as
I think
himself.
other than the brothers Scott Conn and Casey Affleck, in terms of the other players, other than the big names Damon, Brad Pitt, and Clooney, I'd say those guys are my favorite, and then probably Bernie Mac. Well, I like Bastard
Surprisingly, I would say Don Cheadle's my
Yeah.
favorite of the top three. Out of the top three, I think
Yeah.
I
Don
like
Cheadle.
him a lot,
I
too.
do like I do kind of like I like Carl Reiner too as Saul. Like
Carl
he's
Reiner's good,
funny
too.
as hell.
But
And
that's
then when
like,
he's doing the
such a
fake
well-man- he's such a-
European accent live in Zerga,
Yeah.
and like my name is live in
Live in
Zerga.
Zerga, and he's fucking sweating it out. Yeah. Oh.
He's
It's
doing
such
the
a
fake.
well-rounded cast.
It
though. That's the
is.
thing.
Everyone
It's such
does
a-
their parts so
even
well.
the
Bad
down the
guy
line.
is good. Even the
Andy
Casino
Garcia,
guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Andy
great.
Garcia is
Andy
good,
Garcia's good. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like-
But I will say my favorite scene, and this is probably jumping towards the end, is the when they're in the fountain.
I knew you were gonna say that's my favorite shot. Of the film.
Yeah, I love
My favorite
the
shot of the
music.
music, and they pan
It's
across. all
such
of
a
them.
great payoff.
Yes.
Like it is one of the greatest payoffs
It's just
ever.
a great shot too.
Yeah.
In the movie, and like have them all there.
Yeah, and
meanwhile
they're all
Danny
and the
gets taken
music,
in.
the classical music. Yeah,
Yeah. I like that.
and they're all
yeah.
looking at each other, and it's just like a like
I knew that was gonna be your.
Yeah.
I had that.
I
Written
love
down
that
here,
stuff,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Claire
yeah.
de Lune. Or whatever that's
Yeah. I really like that as well. What else, Jay? What do you like?
I still like that intro with George Clooney when you first see it in the beginning, like when
Yeah,
they-
in
they
jail?
first
Oh, that's
the
a funny ass scene.
and he just sits there nice and calmly, like you know you don't know what's going on. They just talking. They ask how what he's done, and he never said he did a crime. There was
Yeah.
no crime committed, but he did his time, right? And
And they're like
his
they're like
wife.
he's explaining that the reason why he did those
I was
crimes
told my wife,
left me, yeah.
yeah.
And then they're like, well, do you think like if you left, like you would commit crime, like more crimes or whatever? I'm like paraphrasing, and he's like, he's like, my wife already left me. I don't think she'd do it again just for kicks or whatever. Like kicks. I always laugh at that line.
They have a lot of good one-liners in this too. Like I love also like when he shows up at the end of the movie to pick him up from jail. He's like $13 million, and he picked me up in this piece of shit in his car. He's like Ted Nugent called. He wants his shirt back.
Yeah.
Just like shit like that. Like it's just great. I really enjoy that because he's like, where you lost? What did he say? You went to the prom or something because he's wearing a tux or whatever. Yeah.
I always wonder if those are
no. He's saying, I hope you were the groom.
Groom. That's what I was like. Wedding. Yeah.
I always wonder if those kind of lines like that are written or those quotes quickly
or like improv.
Depends on the director. Some of these guys they don't want you improving.
Gives them like a free range, but that sounds like
you would
something
think
would be a free range. Like have a blast with it.
Like how would he come up with that though? That's what I mean. You're right. Maybe they're just throwing lines out, right? And then of course, like I think one of the best scenes of all of these movies, of course, is the end where they explain everything. And you find out it was them. It was the SWAT team that walk out with the bags, and they said it, and they kind of put all the pieces together. And then Benedict seeing him figure out in real time how they've screwed him in the moment and how angry he gets. Like just seeing that whole like last 20 minutes unfold, like when they're kind of in the middle of the job, and the brilliant part of keeping Danny as purely a distraction for him to think that he had him in that room the whole time, and then therefore he couldn't blame the heist on him at all. Like I loved all that, man. Like that's the way that all kind of came together. Like now it's just like, you see it come together so easily and it's not as impressive. But I remember the first couple times you watch this movie, it's like you were saying, maybe even for you, for this being your second time, it's impressive to see that all come together. Again, they make it look easy, but these movies or these heists in general, if they become too convoluted or they're not done well, they don't come off well in the film, right? So I think that they both these schemes, I think that they do in these films are very well done. I thought, like in terms of like all the moving pieces, and just like how everybody plays a part. Like I like that. And like even just the reveal with the fake reveal, like the whole time, like you think that one thing's going on, meanwhile another thing's going on. They're even tricking people involved in the heist itself amongst their crew, and they have people on the inside, like the guy that comes to beat up Danny, like he knows that guy, just like they might have to call in. The fact that like some of them had to play 5 different characters throughout the story, like itself, like
it's like the doctor,
right. I'm sorry, his man is dead or whatever he's passed.
We lost him. Call it or
and he's got like the fakest wig on that I've ever seen. Like
that makes something so intricate kind of look so easy. That's what I mean with these.
But that's what I mean. If you didn't know these people, like just passing through your life, you wouldn't take notice of any of these fucking people, especially somebody who was as busy as Andy Garcia in his job, like in this film, right? So like it's
like to the T. He's there every fucking that was crazy to find out that they could track him right down to like his every minute where he was at. So that this guy, he was easy to follow. I mean, if you're gonna be at a certain place at a certain time, you got a certain amount of time to deal with it, right? Mm-hmm. So
I love Brad Pitt, man. He's just so effortlessly cool.
And also like an hour and 45 minutes, I think this movie is just under that. I think it's a quick watch.
A very
like,
breeze watch,
it's a very tightly like written kind of
no
film.
Fat on the movie,
but entertaining the whole way through, right? Another quote. So how was the clink? You got the cookies I sent you? Why do you think I came to see you first? Even though he saw Frank first, technically, right? When he says that to him. What else do I got here? That you guys got anything else?
How's your life?
Scenes?
No, that was another quote.
How's your life?
No, but
what about when he's like talking to that stripper? He's like, "Thanks, Charmaine. Say hi to your mother for me." And she's like, "Oh, you can say hi to herself. She's coming on stage in an hour or something, like
5 minutes
or 5 minutes or something." Like, and he just has that look on his face, like, "What?"
Or when they show up to Ruben's house, all of them are outside the door. He's like, "You guys get a group rate for the plate," and then he goes up to he's like, "Oh, you're Bobby Caldwell's kid, huh?" When he goes up to Matt David. He's like, "Yeah, it's nice. You're from Chicago. Hey, it's nice here. You like it? That's wonderful. Give him the goddamn house."
I love that line.
Because he's like the last one sitting.
Yeah, he's not, for some reason, he has like this hesitation to go in.
When he brings them all over to the house.
Yeah,
that was a great scene.
Or when Clooney's like, "We were going to play the game like we had nothing to lose. Well, I lost something. I lost someone." And then there's the whole thing about he gives him like the heat scenario. He's like, would you walk away from her if you give him the chance? Like if we can't do both jobs, like we're already stealing one thing. Like what if you can't steal her back? And he's like, if everything goes to plan,
I won't have to make
worry about that. We don't have to make the choice. Yeah, and that's getting to the point where you had mentioned earlier that possibly being a weak point of this film is the romance. Do you think she went back to him too easily?
It's not that.
Yes. No, I agree.
I don't know. It's not that.
She's
it's
just
not that.
following
It's
the
not
money.
that
It
it's
felt
weak.
like.
It's not. It's like it's weak or anything. It's just.
It's not fully developed.
I don't really even care about it. Like I just maybe it is weak in that sense.
It's like it's kind of like an afterthought.
Yeah, it is an afterthought, and like.
No, but like the way she.
No, but I thought about it. Like she's just going wherever she can. Like she's like in a sense.
She's like an opportunist.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't let go of this branch yet.
Well, no.
To the next.
Fair, but she did. But the whole thing with him is he comes back. She clearly still has feelings for him.
Yeah,
she was hurt by him. She was hurt by him. Okay, but she's settled now and she's got a pretty good thing going for her. Like you said, opportunist of sorts, right?
Time.
Sure, she's riding
he's never around.
Street.
He's always
he's got her own art gallery set up in his casino, whatever. But the thing is, he comes out and he right away tells her, this is not the guy for you. This guy's a bad guy. He's like, I don't care if you're with somebody else, but not this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like she does call him out on it. Like he is working this plan at the same time.
And I never understood why though. Like why not this guy? Like what was so bad about Terry Benedict? Like in that sense,
just alluded to him being a bad guy. Yeah,
he was like a crime.
He's not a mob. He's not really.
He was.
I think they're alluding
that he is.
Yes.
Oh,
and that's why it's Andy Garcia.
I mean, you kind of just stepping back. You kind of have to like admire him because he's such a hardworking guy. They're saying he learns all these languages. He's speaking Japanese.
But he doesn't care about her.
But he's like
he cares about his money. And that was what he was trying to illustrate to her.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I just don't think it was developed to a satisfy. Like it wasn't developed in a good way. Like they didn't spend enough time on it. Mm-hmm. You're right. There's so many other great things happening in the film. But although they did have a couple of scenes with him meeting Tess, like they did spend enough time with it. But I just feel like I understand what they were going for. It just wasn't impactful in the way that you want it to be. You're right. She kind of just goes back to him at the end. She's like, all right, I forgive you. Like, but it's just the one thing that changes her mind is her seeing that he chooses his money over her.
Yeah.
Where he's like, if I told you I can get your money back. But it's so set up and forced on his part for her to see that. Yeah. Like, I feel like I don't think she would just forgive him. Like she was ready to go back at that point, I guess, or already, right? She must have been. There's no way she would have just went back from just because.
Maybe that was planned all the way from the beginning. We don't know, bro.
She wasn't in on it.
I know.
No, but you're right. But she played a part in it still. So, yeah.
She divorced him.
She could have ratted him out. She could have ratted him out. She didn't. She still had
divorced just before he was in jail.
She said that she threw out the ring. She didn't. She clearly still had feelings for him.
There, yeah.
But I feel like even the part when
it left that open to interpretation. Really,
that's true. Even the part when he goes to her and she wants him to fight for her, where she's so disappointed when he's like, "All right, I'm gonna leave you alone now." She's like, "Oh." Like he's like, all right, I'll see you later. Like, remember when he goes to her and he's like, because he confronts her at a dinner a second time later in the film. But meanwhile, he was just doing it so Benedict would see him and get his goons after him, and he used it as a distraction. Mm-hmm. That was all purposeful. But he went to her and said, okay, I'm not going to pursue you anymore. I'll leave you alone. And she's like disappointed in that moment. She's like, oh, okay, all right, goodbye then. Like, cause she was expecting, she's like, I'm not doing this with you again, Daddy. Like, and he's like, no, I'm going to leave you alone. She's like, oh, like she's disappointed. Yeah. She wants him to fight for her, right?
He just walks away.
Yeah,
he played that smooth. Yeah,
I don't know. Like it's all there. I just don't think, like, to Max's point, it's as impactful in the way they kind of want it to be. Like in terms of like it seems like, you know, it seems a bit weak, to be honest.
It is an afterthought. Like that was the perfect word you used.
Yeah, afterthought. So
the main course of the meal is of the movie is the fucking heist.
Heist.
Yeah, and that's really what we're there for.
And then he gets the girl in the end too, on top of it all. Like you said, he's a smooth guy, right? He ends up getting the girl back. But I agree with you that, and we're going to be talking about it when we get to the second movie. The love, the romance aspect of it is way better in the second film than it is in this one, right? But because this one is like, you know, he went to jail for 3 years or something, right? Is that how long did he go for? Or,
I can't remember.
He went to jail for a few years and he came out.
A couple of years.
And she was pissed at him. That's basically the extent of it. He just had to win her back from some guy, right? And
3 years, 4 years.
I mean, it kind of makes it sweet in that sense, like that he did this all just to get her back, kind of like that was kind of the real kind of. I mean, in that sentiment, like the sentiment is sweet, but
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think it just wasn't the way you wanted it to. It wasn't as impactful. It was an afterthought in that sense. Anything else in terms of quotes or scenes? But I do think that's probably, if I had to say one part, even though you said you opened it up with this is a perfect movie, that would be my one criticism. It's almost like he gets searching.
I would say like Ocean's 11 is like a perfect movie in the way that like The Social Network is like a perfect movie. It's just the genre that they're belonging to, the genre that they're trying to sort of like kind of create, it does it so well. Like it almost became like the blueprint for everything that comes afterwards. Now when you think of like quote unquote heist films, you're thinking of the Soderbergh kind of heist movies and like Ocean's 11. And also like, I don't know if you, maybe this should save it later for like recommendation, like whatever, but like, do you guys remember Logan Lucky? Like that other, like that's another great like heist movie that Soderbergh made. And it's just like, he just knows how, like that kind of style has become the go-to style for heist movies.
No, you hit on it with the whole blueprint thing.
Yeah,
it definitely is.
You know what I mean?
And I think it even changed the perception of what people think of heist movies.
Yeah, like I feel like every heist movie that has come out
prior to this, it's like Heat and this kind of
those
shit.
are great films too. But like,
yeah.
and you know what? Those movies are almost like this movie. The like we kind of just said it. The main focus is the heist. With those movies, it's like there are other conversations that are happening about like the characters and their past and like it's like kind of like a deeper sort of exploration. But here it's like kind of the heist and the like enjoying the heist and all that stuff. And I think like every heist movie that has come out since Ocean's 11 has like owes something to Ocean's 11. Real talk, like it really did kind of create a new genre.
Remake, honestly, is impressive too, because like from what I understand, it's not very, other than like the simple premise of it, it has nothing to do with the first. This remake is a total new angle for the film. Yeah, like I don't think it's.
My dad said to watch the old one, and I didn't think it had much to do with, like it had a similar thing, but it wasn't as.
No, I've heard that it's very different.
Yeah,
I heard it's very different, right? So,
but he says that it's the classics.
Sure,
they all say that.
I'm sure a lot of people share that same sentiment.
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
All right, so getting into Score Bros here.
Okay, I was literally just thinking about this. So like, this is like I've been trying to like I've kind of been avoiding kind of talking about this, but a huge reason why this movie is so good and so cool, like the music is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for like creating that mood and that vibe. Like when you think about all the music that plays every time a character is introduced, when Danny Ocean gets introduced, when Brad Pitt gets introduced, Matt Damon, all this different, Julia Roberts, like that scene when they show her in the coming down the escalator or whatever, and right, and like all these different like jazzy sort of trip hop, kind of hip hop, lounge hip hop kind of like music that's being played in the movie is so cool, and it's creating that aura of like that vibe of coolness that is like, you know what I mean? It's like really creating. I think David Holmes did the score for this one. Yeah,
Can I be honest with you?
You didn't like it?
No, it didn't make that big of an impression on me.
Really?
I
love the music of this.
There's more going on.
The fountain part, yes.
That's not the score. That's like an actual. Yeah,
I like some of the actual classical music they put in, and there's a great song they put in the second movie too. We can get to, and we can talk about that one as well in Ocean's 12. But yeah, no, I guess, but that I think that's one of those examples of if it's done right and well, you won't notice how much it adds to it. Because I'll be honest, it wasn't a standout for me, but I'm glad to hear you.
No, it's always been for me. Like I always love the music in these movies. David Holmes did the score, and he also did the score for Black Bag, and that's actually what like they collaborate. They collaborate. They collaborate often, and like it's like they just have like a great chemistry, Soderbergh and David Holmes, and like he just creates that sort of very cool, very sort of loungy kind of vibe that like I guess I'm just a fan of the actual genre of music, like this sort of trip hop, like kind of lounge sort of jazz kind of music. So I think it just works very, very well, and to me it totally creates the atmosphere of the movie a lot of times. Like
I'm sure you're right. I'm just being honest that like for me, like this wasn't a film. Like some films I notice it's a standout for me. I mean, let's not forget
that's interesting.
We created this category more so for you and Julie.
That's interesting that you say you don't like kind of like pay attention to it for this one so much, because This is actually one of my favorite scores, like of all time. Like
Oh,
Ocean's
wow.
11. Like I really love the music in
Did
this
it make
movie.
an impression
No,
on
not-
you?
not
Normally,
really.
it doesn't.
No,
though,
like,
it seems
yeah,
like
no,
unless
but
there's
it's
like
unless it's like music, like actual.
yeah,
music.
he likes more needle drops. Like,
Yeah,
like
needle
he likes
drops.
hear,
Like
he
that,
likes
yeah.
hearing like actual big songs.
And there's some in
films,
this
yeah.
movie, like the Claire de Lune, like
Yeah.
the fountain. So
Yeah,
it's like a
that part I
classic
really
piece.
like. Yeah,
I know. I think the last song, like the ending credits when they drive off, I think that's like another song. Like I can't remember the name of it, but the great. There's a great hip hop song when Brad Pitt is watching the go-go dancers and Del, Del the
Yeah,
funky
yeah.
Homo sapien.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like one of
too
it.
busy watching the go-go dancers probably didn't even notice the music in the background.
Yeah, no, because I like that. Yeah, I like that shit too. So I don't know. I guess I just pay
No,
attention
it's
to
good.
music.
That's
a
what I
lot.
There was a
mean.
lot going on. It wouldn't. That's what happens with the movie.
Then
when
again, I've
there's a
seen
lot
these
going
movies
on,
so
too.
many times, so I kind of like know the beats like of the music.
it's just something that's not as identifiable and standoutish to me in general in films. Like there's certain ones that, and to be honest, from doing these shows with you guys, like I've taken more of appreciation in it. I took notice of it in this movie, but it wasn't like a standout feature for me.
Later in our group chat, I'm gonna send you guys just like the individual tracks and like just listen to it on its own, and then just listen. Does this music like do anything for you?
Right.
And maybe you just don't respond to that kind of instrumental
but
kind
like
of music.
I truly
like that.
do think that sometimes despite it maybe not being a standout for the viewer, you may not even notice it in the moment. Jay could really like those scenes based off of the score, and he's just not identifying with the fact that it's a score that's actually making
in the background. Yeah,
here's the thing though.
The
there's so many scenes though in this movie where the music is overtaking 100, like the whole audio. Nobody's talking. Like for example, the scene when Linus Caldwell
something going on the scene.
No,
right,
of course. There's
right?
always visually something happening. But like for example, the scene when Linus Caldwell, they introduce Matt Damon's character, and he's robbing the guy on the subway train. Yes. There's no dialogue, but the music is just creating the whole vibe of the.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Like that.
Or the scene when when
they're racing the trucks too and stuff like that.
So that I love that. Yeah, that's a great one. I love that scene. What about the opening scene when they show George, like not the opening, but like close to the opening when they show George Clooney walking out of prison and the score kicks in.
I
like that.
I love that. That's what I mean. I know what you're talking
about. My favorite,
just like,
maybe my favorite.
I like that stuff.
My favorite like piece of music in this movie is when Matt Damon and Brad Pitt are talking about Terry Benedict. He's like because he's been tasked with shadowing the guy, right? So he gives him like the whole rundown of his schedule, and then Matt Damon's like, "This is my favorite part," and the guy's like, "This is my favorite part of the day." And then Julia Roberts comes down the escalator, and there's no one saying anything. It's just the music kicks in.
A good point,
and it's like the music is kind of just trying to show like how beautiful she is and how desirable or whatever. Like how she's kind of owning it.
That scene probably worked really well for him or me, myself. I know the scene you're talking about, and that absolutely added to the scene. I just don't separate it sometimes in that
it
way,
is, I guess
right?
you got to be a score bro. You got to be kind of like a
not
geek.
A score bro.
Yeah, you got to be kind of like a geek about
bro.
music.
You know
like
a lot of the
me and Julie are kind of
like a lot of music that I do find is in either movies or TV shows that
I love listening to like even on my
stuff that I've never heard before.
Yeah.
And I'll end up putting it on my like list for Spotify or something like that, and it'll become something that I enjoy because there's a lot of stuff out there you might not even know of it.
The thing is like I love even on my spare time listening to like film score like as music, like I actually do. And the thing is like I'm not listening to like the Star Wars theme or like not the obvious shit. I'm not listening to the obvious shit. I'm listening to stuff that actually does seep into the background, but I noticed it. Like
some Johnny Greenwood.
Where the heck
Johnny
where
Greenwood or Ludwig Göransson or whatever. Like
where do you find that kind of stuff?
They have soundtracks.
You can listen to it on YouTube, bro. Like all these tracks that are named are in the movie. They all have names. Like there's like, for example, that song.
They have names for the scenes.
Like the song.
Even in what's his name, Christopher Nolan's films. If you look at the Dark Knight soundtrack, they have all of these.
What as an actual
let's say like open. They'll obviously be like opening theme music, but then there'll be like intense running or whatever. I mean, it'll just be like,
for example, the scene that I'm talking about when they introduce Julia Roberts' character as she's coming down, and Matt Damon and Brad Pitt are looking at her and she's coming down. The name of that actual song is called Tess, which is her character's name.
Because that's the scene
it's
where
the name of the piece.
It's
by David Holmes. So like you just go on YouTube, type in Tess by David Holmes. That's probably my favorite piece of score in the thing.
He didn't even get much out of, which I was finding surprising. He doesn't identify it with it at all. I feel like sometimes, other than past the needle drops, which isn't a criticism. I'm just saying, like, the way you watch movies. We talked about Drive. The whole movie is basically the score and the soundtrack.
You know what's funny is
it's
I like
a very
theatrical
vibey
stuff.
movie,
Yeah.
and it did nothing for him.
Not even Kavinsky,
But I've
Niko,
gone to
like that.
I've
Like
watched,
everyone,
I've
I remember
gone to watch
everyone
stuff
was
at theaters.
in love with that song when it came out.
I talked about it in our episode when we covered Drive, and I was like I said, this was like a summer. I played this soundtrack. In my
Everyone
car.
was obsessed with that song for like
and
a
he's
good
like,
couple
yeah, it
years.
was okay. Like I was just like,
I think even Childish Gambino rapped over it. Remember in one of his mixtapes?
Yeah.
But no, even stuff like I've gone to see stuff at a theater, a live theater, and stuff like that, and enjoyed the music in the orchestra that way. I like music and soundtracks like that, but when I'm watching with a movie, it doesn't always resonate.
So the thing what I like about this score is that like usually like in movies they go for the very string orchestra like right, but this is more like electronic kind of like vibe. You know, that's why I like it. It's like it's different and it fits it just fits the soul of the movie.
I feel
so
like I'm
well.
more into when it comes to that. I'm more into the instrumental stuff, like when you get like horns,
like
and
the Hans Zimmer
trumpets
stuff,
and,
the violins,
trumpets.
and right,
That catches
that
my
stuff
ear
is
more.
great too. I love that stuff too.
And yeah, no, I
'Cause
agree. I
I'm
agree
very
with you. No
music-
one's denying you're not a music lover. I
No,
know
no,
you
yeah,
are.
yeah,
I just more so than me. I just mean like in terms of like what you're saying. That's kind of what I more identify with too. Like,
can I ask you guys a question?
visually, I
Can I
don't
ask
know
you
if
guys
I
a question? Do you
necessarily-
guys ever listen to like hip hop beats or
Yeah,
like
absolutely,
like just on their own,
Mhm.
or not even just hip hop
Without
beats, but
music?
like producers who make
instrumentals?
It's not even like who just make like but without rappers on it. Like it's
I have
not
a
like
bunch on my computer.
it's not like that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of almost like that. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's kind of lends you into being into like film score stuff because it's almost the same thing.
Okay.
It's just empty. It's like music without words, like kind of
It's like something you would listen to if you're gonna make your own mixtape.
Yeah,
just listen to the beats in the background.
Yeah, the beats in the background. That's literally what it is. It's just beats in the background
With
like,
nobody singing. Yeah, no, I don't.
That's
for
what
some reason
I
I need it with people
you
singing.
need words. Yeah,
for
so
some reason.
that's probably where the disconnect for you is coming. Like
Maybe.
that could be it.
Right.
Anything else about score?
No, I love the score.
No, great,
David
man.
Holmes.
I'm
shout
glad
out
you
to
were
him.
able to tell us so much about it because, like I said, I was going to be handy. On
I
that
really, really love the score of this movie.
Which character would you smoke with? Now, this is a hard one.
This is a hard one. Oh, Brad Pitt for Rusty. Come on.
I agree.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he's the coolest.
He's the coolest guy in the movie.
Yeah.
And he actually was like a stoner in real life. So it's like it
I
kind of
agree. It's got to be Pitt.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Don Cheadle.
Bertie Mac.
Bertie Mac.
That'd
Interesting.
be fun too.
I think Bertie Mac is too intense, bro. Like he's too fucking loud.
He'd be a good time. Yeah. Maybe he'd be tripping out in the corner. Who knows, man?
I mean, he'd probably make you laugh your ass off.
Maybe we keep him sober. Yeah, so he makes us laugh.
How's it going, Frank? I'm sorry, sir. My name's Ramon.
Ramon.
Why the fuck did he have a
killed
Latino name? That was also funny.
killed me.
Ramon Escalante or whatever.
Yeah.
That was so funny. That's
Or when he
funny
plays
gag of this movie. Like,
he plays it off like he got an actual cold. And had to move him to warmer
warmer
climates.
climates. Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of job does that for you?
Yeah.
So you Bertie Mac or Don Cheadle?
You know what? Probably it would still probably be Brad Pitt.
You gotta smoke with people who are chill.
I'd laugh at Bertie Mac because he'd probably fucking be trying to make us laugh or something like that, you know?
Watch party review. Did you guys end up watching this with anybody this time around?
I watched it with the girlfriend. She
likes these movies.
She likes these movies. She's more into it, I think, than I was.
I mean, I for this,
I think she's watched it more than once. Right?
I was about to say, I figured these would be ones she would be a fan of. Yeah.
No, this is a great movie to watch with people. I mean, I've seen this movie with like almost everyone I've known, but for this like episode, like I haven't. I watched these ones on my own just because I've seen it so many times.
I started watching the first one with Christine, which she also enjoys it. Like we're both fans of these films, but but again, like I just threw it on when we were hanging out. Maybe last week when I started watching the first one, Ocean's 11, and again, you end up breezing through like the movie so easy. Like before you know it, you've watched like half of the movie, right? Like it's a very easy movie to get into. So, but yeah, I've seen it. We're both fans of it, but for this watch, I think we just watched a bit of the first one together, and I watched the second one on my own. So
nice.
Questions. Any questions?
I always mess up on this category. I can never think of anything.
Did you want to discuss here? Is George Clooney a movie star?
Clooney.
The whole Quentin Tarantino comments on
I feel like that's another just example of Tarantino just being a dickhead as always, like just fucking just talking too much. Like
he wasn't an act. He wasn't a movie star.
Yeah.
I love Tarantino,
That's a
but he
little
just
far-fetched,
talks
I
too
would
much
think,
sometimes.
yeah.
You know, he just.
That feels
I will
it's a
say
little
this.
far-fetched. I mean, maybe prior to this, he wasn't so.
No, I agree with what he's saying. He does just talk shit sometimes, but I will say in defense of that comment, because he kind of just shoots from the hip. He doesn't really know how to clean up his comments like other people do necessarily.
He's just saying he's not doing anything that's like moving the needle
but
anymore.
that's what I've said earlier in this
It's like,
conversation.
yeah.
He's not as big of a movie star now as he was during these
But
films.
my thing is like, it's almost like how long do you have to be a movie star for you to finally get your eternal movie star status? That's like almost saying like Henry Fonda isn't a movie star because he hasn't been in a movie. Like,
no, but that's the thing.
It's like these guys are movie stars for the rest of their lives. You know,
you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
And I think he's saying at this point in his career he doesn't have it anymore.
it's like saying Michael Jordan's not a basketball
his
player.
Whole defense,
like,
his whole defense was that Brad Pitt does still.
Yeah, I guess because Brad Pitt is more like he made better choices as far as
the people
you don't think
but
George Clooney could be in Moneyball? Like, let's be for real. Like, you don't think he could have done that movie? Really? George Clooney couldn't have played in Moneyball?
No, I can't picture anybody else other than Brad Pitt.
I totally could see George. I could see anything that Brad Pitt has done. George Clooney could have easily done for me. Like,
no,
I love Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's a way better actor.
No, I think they're
George
too
Clooney.
different. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
No, but I'm just saying,
actors.
like, what are you doing in Moneyball?
They're both
like,
good actors.
What is
Pitt's
Brad Pitt
different.
doing in Moneyball? No, Brad Pitt is great in Moneyball. Like, I'm not trying to cut him short.
Yeah.
But like, what the fuck is Brad Pitt doing in that movie? Like, shoving popcorn in his face and yelling at like, you don't think
he's being a movie star?
Yeah.
He's being a movie star, exactly.
You don't think George Clooney could have played that role? You seriously don't think George Clooney could have been in Moneyball?
No,
I don't see him
really.
in that role, no, I don't
Okay.
see him in that
So then
role.
I guess you guys agree that he's not a movie star. Like,
now he's not
I
as
think-
big of a movie star.
I think,
what was
obviously
actually a good
television
movie?
started him off.
You know what's actually a good movie
But
with George Clooney?
The
Like
names
the
that
last.
you mentioned though were like Leo, Brad Pitt. Like, yes, these guys are still movie stars
Yeah.
and will always be movie stars. I get that the slight towards George Clooney was probably personal on some level because George Clooney made comments about these guys since they've been in Dust Till Dawn. It seems like they don't like each other.
Yeah,
right? Let's be
God
honest,
knows who
right?
the fuck that's about.
But that being said, I don't think he is as big as a movie star as he is now. Like, seeing this movie now, I understand. Here's the difference. Seeing this movie now, I remember how big of a movie star he was when he was in this film. If you looked at him now though, and you didn't know he was in this, I don't look at him the same way as I did.
It's
in this
you know
movie.
what though, but it's so situational though, because it's so based on like the roles that they pick. If you're in a movie with Noah Baumbach, and I don't like Noah Baumbach's work, I just said that, but like if you're in a movie with Noah Baumbach and like that movie, I you said you kind of liked it. I think most people didn't really respond to it, so of course it kind of just breeds to the whole fucking thing that George Clooney isn't relevant, quote unquote, anymore, even though like we all know who George Clooney is. It's just like I think of it like, for example, like maybe the last really good movie that I like George Clooney in, and this is kind of like a while ago, so maybe it speaks to him not being a movie star.
And that's all I'm saying.
Is did you see The Descendants?
No,
I love George Clooney in that movie, and he's really good. And he's kind of just playing himself, and it's like it's a great script. Like it's just
you know what
you're
movie
just
I like
based
that,
on the movies you play.
You know
you don't think George Clooney could have been in F1? Come on,
No.
bro. Yes,
No, he's not as cool as Brad Pitt. This is what I'm trying to say.
but he's pretty cool though. Like George
Yeah.
Clooney's fucking cool, bro.
Here's the thing.
First off, who is
goes
cooler
right. I
than
think
Brad
he's right
Pitt?
about
Okay,
the
that's
time
question
period.
number. I don't
Okay.
think Leo is cooler than Brad Pitt. Like,
No,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he's there.
if
Though.
that's the bar, then everyone's a fucking loser, right? Like, but George Clooney is fucking
But,
cool.
but
bro.
you're serving me up Brad Pitt roles. And you're saying you don't think George Clooney? No, I don't.
You don't think he
I
could
think
have been an
they're different
aging? Well,
actors. I
okay.
think
You don't
yeah.
think George Clooney could play an aging race car driver, like
No,
arguing with a young kid the whole movie?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys don't think so? Okay.
I don't.
I think he can. So I guess that's the.
He you know which movie he's really good in? That I think it's called Up in the Air or something.
That's a good movie too.
Yeah, great movie.
George-
Movie. George, but that's the thing. George Clooney he picks different roles than Brad Pitt. He picks different like things than Brad Pitt does.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'm not saying he's not a good actor. That's what I'm saying. I think you're getting it mixed up. Like I could try to slight him. I just don't think he's as big of an
different
actor
styles.
as he once was. That's all I'm saying. Is he?
That's possible, but-
Arguably, yes, he's still a movie.
But here's the
star.
thing. It's like that's what I'm saying is situational. It's just like, okay, maybe for like 10 years he just picked shitty scripts.
Yeah.
Maybe he has bad script choice, or like Maybe he's just not working with like the directors he needs to be working with. But like what I'm saying is like that could all just change tomorrow. Like Paul Thomas Anderson could like work with him tomorrow, and then all of a sudden, oh, George Clooney is a movie star. It's just like it's such a fickle fucking thing. Like, oh, he's a movie star today, but not tomorrow, and then he's the day after tomorrow. He's a movie star again. It's like
point is that this whole movie star idea, this idealistic kind of way we look at these guys is like, oh, look at this movie star. He's got
to me. Once you're a movie star, like a legitimate movie star, like George Clooney was once upon a time, like or whatever. You're a movie star for the rest of your life.
I think it also depends on what era you came up in, quite frankly, because like there's people like that don't act anymore, like Jack Nicholson. Always will be a movie star.
Always
he's fucking Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I agree with what you're saying in that
like
sense.
the only person that cannot be the only person who is not a movie star anymore is like someone like James Franco, who like will never be in like movies again like that. But George Clooney could be in anything tomorrow, so it's just like that's why I don't really see the thing. I think it's an
interesting conversation.
I think you kind of said it in the beginning. I think there is some kind of personal shit that's in the background between Tarantino and Clooney, and that's why he said that. He put that out because nobody even thought that until Tarantino said it. And it's
didn't you hear when he made his comments on what's his name? What was that guy?
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano.
Nobody was saying that.
George
like
Clooney obviously had something to say about that. Like, did you hear his comments where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to."
Tarantino's a dickhead.
I'd love to work with Paul Dano any day. He's a great, fine actor.
Listen, I love Tarantino, but he talks too much. He almost reminds me of Charles Barkley. You know who that is? Like he's just always just talking, but we love him because he talks his mouth. Yeah. He runs his mouth when everyone else is so
that's
PC.
What people love about him, right? That's what I mean. So it's listen, I don't defend half of his comments.
Is Russell Crowe a movie star? Is Russell Crowe a movie star right now?
No.
Okay, so then in that case, then George Clooney is not a movie star, right?
That's what I'm saying.
If that's the fucking metric we're going on, because I think Russell Crowe is still a movie star.
Because I think to be a movie star, to your point, you have to be in the public eye and you have to be constantly in the conversation. Mm-hmm. When you're no longer in the conversation,
so then Al Pacino's not a movie star.
He's always in the conversation.
So then why is Al Pacino in the?
It's just, here's the thing. I guess I rank Clooney lower than these guys at the end of the day, and I love him in this movie. Also, he is the most naturalistic actor to work with.
He's just playing himself.
These two are magic on screen.
You know who George Clooney kind of reminds me of a little bit, like Denzel Washington, in the sense where it's like they're kind of themselves the whole movie. Like Denzel's just the cool guy in all the movies. My man, whatever. He's just playing that same fucking guy in every movie. I mean, like, not to cut Denzel short. He's been like, my man, like, hey, my man, right? Denzel does that shit. The George Clooney is just himself. He's just fucking George Clooney. And that is actually the trait of a movie star, not a great actor. A movie star just plays himself in every fucking movie, and there's no demand. There's no demand.
Maybe I got it all wrong. Okay, to your point, maybe I got
box office. Are you trying to tell? Like, how would you classify them as a movie star and not a
movie star? You know what? There's been this huge conversation about like movie star versus great actor, right? Great actor is like Daniel Day-Lewis, right? Who will like disappear, and then movie star is the fucking Rock, who there's no expectation for him to play anyone but The Rock in every one of his movies.
You make a good point.
And Kevin Hart is the same thing.
I
and
think
George
maybe
Clooney
I
is the
got
same.
it wrong. Maybe I just don't think he's that good of an actor anymore.
You know what I think it is? I think also there's probably
he's not getting the parts.
I think no. I think what it is I think I said it earlier. George Clooney probably is richer than all these fucking people we're talking about because of his money. Because of Casamigo.
Yeah, he has a villa.
He has a villa.
He has a villa.
I hope one day people can say that about me. He has a villa, right?
People are just three losers. I'm wondering if he's a fucking movie star.
Dude, he's probably making more money off that Casamigo shit than all these guys are making off their movies. Brad Pitt, DiCaprio, whatever. Yeah. And like, what the fuck is the motivation for him to work with like anyone? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I think,
I'm pretty sure they all have their investments too. It's whether they like to do what they're doing anymore. Or not.
Right. So
I just feel like when Tarantino said that shit about George Clooney, it was such a out of nowhere like
it was
such a out of nowhere like thing to say. I'm just like, what? Like, what are you saying, bro?
Tarantino wants
you know what it was in response to, right? He was commenting on the Marvel movies and stuff like that, wasn't he?
Well, he was saying that those guys are not movie stars. Captain America is a movie star,
right?
And I think he has a that is a
in
point.
that conversation. I think he.
But George Clooney never played a fucking superhero, so what is he talking about? What is he? Actually, no, he did. He played Batman, and nobody cares about that.
He's the worst Batman.
Yeah, but you were so funny.
Worst
you were so funny though. Nobody cares.
He's worse than Val Kilmer.
Of all the of all the
Bruce
movies
Wayne.
that George Clooney was in, nobody even cares about the superhero one. Like we talk about Ocean's 11 and all this other shit that he's in.
Yeah.
Well, what is his like? I'm just trying to think now. Like,
See?
Bro, his road to fame was television, bro. It was.
I wish
VR
I never
nonstop.
watched that
It was
shit.
VR.
I never watched
VR.
that.
It was
Shit.
huge.
But this is what I'm saying. People
He was a
cannot.
heartthrob.
You had.
He was in a bunch of the Coen Brothers movies.
But you're
like,
proving my one point, not about him being a movie star or not. You had to have known him at this time.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
He was a sex symbol.
There's no way. Yeah, he was like one of the first sexiest men alive. And all that.
Yeah.
There's no way of explaining now to people about how he was this famous back then.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you're right. He definitely was a movie star. Absolutely. But like, there's no way to explain.
Is Glenn
still
Powell?
feel
Is
like
Glenn
out of
Powell a
this
movie
movie-
star?
No.
I still feel like this movie
No.
he might have been the weakest.
He's a
link.
guy that people think is attractive, and he's a right, like he's like Glenn Powell.
Is Glenn Powell a movie
He's the
star?
New Running Man.
Is
guy.
Glenn Powell a movie star?
I don't even know what it is. I can't even think of this picture.
Yeah,
Just trying to think of
I
this
don't think
picture.
so.
Put a name to the face.
yeah. But I'm
With
just
the
saying
Running Man?
he's
Oh,
got a
okay,
lot
the
going
Running
for him.
Man.
He's not a
Yeah.
movie star.
Yeah.
The Running Man, the one that just
Well, he's
came out.
starring in movies. He's like the lead in his movies.
I wouldn't say he's a movie star though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not cracking box office, is he?
So yeah, what is this? So is box office determining movie star status?
also- wondering.
Arguably, the movie star lifestyle, your life has to also be interesting outside of doing movies as well.
Mhm.
Like who's he dating? Who like what cover
Who's
magazine?
Brad
Pitt
dating
right,
right
right.
now?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess yeah.
But that's him and Angelina Jolie was the biggest thing ever when they were
Ever.
dating, right?
Yeah, he's trying to
But
figure
do
out
people
which
care who
was
Brad
when he
Pitt
got
is
to see his
dating
kids.
currently?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
So is he a movie star?
Because now, of course, he is. Now he's in his old man phases. He's like,
So is George Clooney. Like,
yeah.
you know what this conversation reminds me of? It's like
Are they the same
it's like
age?
LeBron James or whatever. It's like, oh, you're not scoring 30 points anymore.
Right.
Like you're not a fucking
Right.
NBA player anymore. It's like
But
the
they're
same
still
thing.
trying
It's
to
like,
figure out which team he's going to play for next
yeah,
year.
exactly. So it's just like George
All
Clooney.
right.
He's not putting up 30 a game
No,
anymore, but
it-
he's still a
But this is
fucking
why I want to bring it
basketball
up.
player.
It's a good conversation.
You know what I mean?
But
It
it's
really
not.
is.
Yeah, he's still a star.
really
He's
is.
still,
Yeah.
regardless, he's still a movie star because.
But that's why I
been
wanted
in
to bring it up.
movies.
It's not to shine light on the stupid comment he made, more so to actually explore it a
Yeah,
little bit and be
yeah.
like, well, what if that's not even think of what he meant by it.
The-
Is it the case?
The
Yes
thing
or
is,
no?
everyone has different parameters of what is considered. It's like, is it box
That's-
office?
that's
is
why
it
it's
like
impossible to
dating, or is it
answer.
like?
Because
right?
somebody,
Yeah.
one guy's a movie star, another
I
person he
think-
doesn't even know.
I think
right?
George
So-
Clooney. You know what? I'll say George Clooney is a movie star is because he could be in the news tomorrow about anything not related to movies. Let's say he gets into another investment venture. People will care because it's George Clooney. Tarantino even says that comment because it's George. It wouldn't have mattered if it was about someone random Joe, but it matters because
Right.
it's George Clooney.
Well,
so it's
there you
like,
have it.
yeah,
There you have it. Yeah.
I would say it like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't even think it matters that it's his tequila either, bro. I'm telling you, I don't think that.
Casamigos.
I don't think a lot of people even realize. To be honest with you,
That they don't know that he owns that shit or
No.
whatever. Or, yeah,
Oh,
even though his name is on the bottle.
Nah, people
exactly.
know.
It's signature and everything. I don't think it's big.
Actually, I think George Clooney is probably the most like noticeable athlete, not an athlete, like celebrity who went into the liquor game, like because
your
all of
boy.
them do it. But
Your boy
who
with
has
the baby
been more
lotion.
successful than him?
your boy with the baby lotion.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
With Ciroc.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. But is Ciroc bigger than Casamigos?
It was at one time.
Oh fuck
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't even feel like people drink that. I mean, this is turning into
Yeah,
another
now we're-
conversation.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good conversation though.
But it's
Movie double feature. I got two, I think, for this.
Ocean's 12.
Yeah, Ocean's 12 is one of them. Ocean's 12, obviously, which
Yeah.
we will be discussing in our next episode. Check that out. And then also, I just went with the theme of Vegas. I went with Casino
Nice.
because Terry Benedict reminds me a lot of what's his name's character,
Robert De Niro,
Robert De Niro's character.
Sam Rothstein.
The way he's so
Yeah.
like particular. In,
Yeah,
in
I
the
never
way
even
he
know
does
that's a
that in
great
his
thing.
routine every day, right?
Yeah.
And I put Snake Eyes. because Snake Eyes is centered around a Las Vegas fight.
Boxing match.
And the boxing match goes like kind of like when the lights go off in this movie, and like people like the fight,
that's a good
like
pick.
he's bringing. Yeah, so that's another good one. Nicolas Cage.
What was his character's name in that movie?
Oh, I can't remember.
It was funny as fuck though.
It's Brian De Palma movie.
Yeah.
So like, it's not one of his best, either of them, but I do enjoy it. There's some good aspects to that film, and it's not a heist, but it's more of like a
detective
mystery. Essentially like a crime thriller, like murder mystery type thing. So how about you guys?
Now you see me, now you don't.
Okay. The Vegas theme?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's a heist. That's right.
Heists,
you know what's actually
I don't like those movies.
I know you don't.
I hate those movies.
You know what's actually a
boy's
movie?
in there. That's why I like him, man.
I would say
Woodie's in there.
Yeah.
I would say like what is probably like Ocean's 11 episode 0, if you will, Out of Sight. Do you know that movie?
I've never seen it.
That was another
movie,
that was actually
right?
no Soderbergh and
George
Clooney.
Oh.
That was the movie they made
What's
before.
The movie
was he
with
blind?
Denzel? There's a movie that's
Out
like
of
that.
Time?
Out of
No,
Time.
Out of Time.
Or no, that's the
Out of
Justin
Time.
Timberlake movie, isn't it?
No, that's In Time.
In Time. Okay. Out of
In
Time.
Time,
Yeah.
No,
Sorry,
no,
go
Out of
ahead.
Time,
Yeah.
But Out of Sight with George
I've heard
Clooney
about this
and
movie, but I've
Jennifer
never seen
Lopez.
it. Yeah.
It's like watch it. It's almost like the prototype for Ocean's 11. They made it
Okay.
before Ocean's 11, like
Okay.
97. It's actually based on an Elmer Leonard novel,
Okay.
like who wrote Jackie Brown or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I've
guess-
heard that movie before. I heard it's good.
Yeah.
That was before this, obviously.
That was before this.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you? Any double features?
Yeah. It's always so now you can.
Oh,
Now you,
I just
They
disregarded it
seem
because I
like-
hate
Those
those
movies
films.
are fucking terrible, bro. I'm sorry.
you.
They're awful.
I'm sorry, bro.
They're
I like
awful.
them.
Like I
like
think
them,
I've only
man.
seen
You
the
gotta
first
get all
one,
into
and I
it,
was
man.
like, I
Same.
hate this movie.
Yeah, and they just keep getting worse. It looks like. I've only
I'll
watched the
never
first one,
waste
too.
my time with that
I
bullshit.
guess maybe it might make me want to take a revisit back to these original ones to see what they were like. Right?
You seriously like that shit, Jay?
That old school stuff.
No, Now You See Me.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, you
my
want to
God.
watch the original Ocean's 11?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you see what the comparisons are,
Yeah.
like, and how they make
Yeah, that's fair.
tropes from it and stuff like that, right? So, to see where it goes, right?
Maybe Rounders with Matt Damon, the
With Matt
poker
Damon.
movie.
Yeah, because you're in a casino.
Just because
I
Matt
like
Damon,
that. I
Matt
like
Damon,
that.
Yeah.
gambling is kind of a
Yeah.
I
thing.
was
in
thinking
it.
like who's Al Pacino? Not Al Pacino. Robert De Niro play like that's sort of like is it in good
Casino.
in
I said that. Yeah.
Casino, right? Where he's playing.
He plays like
What's
a
the movie?
Benedict.
What's
yeah.
the movie with Pacino? You were 2 for the money or 1 for the money?
Two for the
I'm
money.
gambling again.
Yeah. I'm gambling again. David McConaughey. Bro, that's what you gotta watch.
I need to watch that movie.
Bro, it's starring Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey, and he's bro. It's like the sports betting guys, like the line. You know how like people used to call into like a fucking like a hotline,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they used to get tips from people.
Yeah.
McConaughey is like one of these guys that's won like 9 weeks in a row of football picks or something. He's like because he used to have these lines and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
would call in for info, and these guys just
Okay.
bullshit them. And they would just, like they think they're pros at picking picks or whatever. They still have them now, for fuck's sakes, right? Like analysts or whatever. Like
Yeah. But you see that like
So
call in.
So Pacino's in it,
Yeah.
and he has this line where because he's a gambling addict,
Yeah.
and he runs this business, and meanwhile he's not gambling, and he's hiding that he's gambling. Like everyone thinks he's not gambling, and he's hiding his gambling from everybody in the movie. And Matthew McConaughey, like he's like prodding him at one point in the movie. He's like, "I'm gambling again." He's yelling at him. You gotta watch it, but it's like Pacino, like late
I need to see
Pacino,
that
like
movie.
over the top. Yeah. I'm not even
Just
doing
for
it
that,
justice.
just for that line, I
Just
need
for
to
the
see
line.
that
I'm
movie.
Gambling again.
When did this come out?
2005 or some
shit like that?
It's not that good. It's called 2 for the Money. It's fine, but it's starring Pacino and McConaughey. You're gonna watch it. You'd love it.
What a combo!
Yeah. But
It's like the most intense dude and the most chill
Yeah.
dude, like in a fucking room.
gambling. You gotta watch it.
And I can see McConaughey like feeding off of that, like
Yeah, we just know it for this podcast always makes fun of it because it's like
Rewatchable?
yeah, because it's like this Pacino line, like when he would go over the top and
Yeah.
overact. So like he just burst out in the middle of the movie and says it.
Yo, you gotta love Pacino.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
love
love
Pacino.
Pacino.
But that's why I mean, even like a phone did Pacino sometimes I appreciate.
Fucking
Like
best.
I'm just like, this guy's really giving it all in this movie.
I love Pacino.
McConaughey was like, all right, gambling again. Gotta watch it. Now you gotta go home and watch this movie.
Now
Yeah.
you're making me wonder. Now, yeah. Oh, you gotta get a text later. Hey, what's the movie called?
It's called 2 for the
2
Money.
for the
yeah.
Money. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah. All right, legacy of this movie. I think you said it best earlier, Max. I think it is basically like the blueprint. They changed not only the way that people look at these heist movies, because obviously there were so many from the late 80s to early 90s that we had mentioned, great ones that we didn't mention in our movie pairings that were more action vehicles, like you know what I mean, like in terms of like the themes of the film. And this was just like, let's hang out with a bunch of stars that you guys like and pull off a heist. And I think they became the blueprint, or the movie that people pointed to if they wanted to do a heist, an Ocean's 11 mixed with whatever type of movie, right? I feel like moving forward, this not only, I mean, obviously because of Steven Soderbergh's involvement, but also just because of the level of the movie stars that were in this film and the way that this cast was able to carry the material, right? I just think that
played it perfectly.
I think, like you said it best, I think it became the blueprint of future heist movies that everybody tried to basically either copy or be as good as in that regard, because like all those other movies that we talked about are very serious action drama filled heist movies. Well, this is anything but.
Very lighthearted.
This is like just a good time, honestly. So
that's what I appreciate about it the most.
Yeah. So anything else legacy wise?
I echo your sentiments exactly.
I don't think you'll get anything that has 11 stars like this.
Where do you think this ranks in Soderbergh's catalog?
See, I'm kind of a little bit. I have a lot of blind spots.
I'm too well versed in Soderbergh.
Yeah, neither am I. I
know he did the Magic Mike movies too.
I wish I've not seen.
Number one.
I heard Traffic is really good. Have you seen that one?
Nope.
No, that's
I
think he won the Academy Award.
I'm not that well versed in his catalog to like kind of. I was wondering if you were at all.
I've seen some of his films here and there. Like there's this one movie I didn't like so much with
Black Bag was excellent.
Black Bag is fire.
Yeah, we all had that in our top 10s.
I've seen which one I didn't like so much was The Informant. Did you see that one with Matt Damon?
Yes,
I didn't like that movie.
That was kind of like a comedy though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't really funny.
No,
like it was like
no.
He did Contagion. Remember that one that everyone watched during the pandemic?
Yeah.
He did a bunch of shit, man. The thing is with Soderbergh, he's so like versatile, diverse, and he's actually like
he did that horror movie the same year he did Black Bag, the one where the ghost, the camera is.
He made a movie about basketball, like The High Flying Bird or whatever on Netflix. Yeah. He does movies about everything. Like
Presence, was that what that movie was called? Remember
Presence or Possession or something?
It came out the same year as Black Bag.
Yeah, I remember.
He did a horror movie. And it was the ghost was the camera. Essentially.
Presence.
That was him.
Yeah.
He did that movie. See, this is the thing that's good about Soderbergh. You can rarely tell when it's him because he had, like you said, he has such a wide array of like.
Logan Lucky's a good one. I like that movie.
That's a good one. Also, that other one that Damon showed up for like 5 minutes at the end of the movie. Was it a show or was it a film? I forget what the fuck it's called. It's about the automotive industry.
I've never seen. The Informant.
No.
The auto. Ford versus Ferrari, but that's
no. I have to look it up. But go ahead. Yeah, what were you saying?
No, I've never seen Sex Lies and Videotape. Have you seen that one?
I heard that's great.
That's like the one that really put him on the map, and I need to see that one.
I've never seen that either.
It's such a great title.
Yeah. No. Soderbergh is like one of those guys who. It's kind of funny. It's like how many great films or how many notable.
He did Behind the Candelabra. You ever seen that movie?
I know that movie, but I've never seen it with the Liberace.
What?
You know who?
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas plays Liberace in it, and his gay lover is Matt
Damon. I saw like 2 minutes of it because my folks were watching.
Play Liberace, I was like, bro, like what the hell? Like, it's a good movie though, but it's so weird seeing him play Liberace. It's very strange. Yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it a lot, but I'm just looking at his. I mean, he's all over the map.
He's almost kind of like Ridley Scott in that sense. Yeah. Ridley Scott will just do anything, really, like any
he's
topic.
Really all over the map here. I mean, Magic Mike. I mean, he made it.
And he. I mean, they've said like he's actually kind of like a genius. Like the way he edits his film, like he edits his own movies, and he like knows in his mind like every shot of the movie before he's like very very like hands on in that sense. And
he produces a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Like he has a very, very he's one of the great like filmmakers like of our time.
Well, that would be
he's directed 56 films.
Yeah. Well, I remember he was just churning them out every year.
A bunch of them that somewhere along
last year he came out with 2 movies.
Yeah, and that's not I don't think that's the only time he's come out with 2 movies.
Yeah, Black Bag and Presence. He came out with 2024 he did Presence. 2025 he did Black Bag and another movie called The Christophers. and then he did a John Lennon documentary this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no. Steven Soderbergh is. It's a shame I haven't seen that many of his films, but he's
No Sudden Move. That's the one I'm thinking of. I think.
There's one movie that he did that I want to watch called the Limey. Have you heard about that one? It's about this like old British guy who comes to America because his daughter got murdered there, and he's like kind of like a badass or whatever. He's like trying to. It's actually like a really. I saw the trailer for it. It looked really sick.
He did Che. The Che
yeah,
Guevara movie.
I need to see that too. Che, yeah. He made a movie about Che Guevara, the Cuban, the Argentinian revolutionary, that went to Cuba.
Aaron Brockovich, as you mentioned, out of sight, he did 1998.
I know he did a remake of Solaris with George Clooney.
Yeah,
did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the guy's done a ton. Like the guy has done a ton. So there you go. So yeah, I mean, I honestly, like, me personally, out of at least what I've seen, I would put this like in my top films.
Ocean's 11, honestly. Like, he has that in the whole like it's crazy.
But I should say the one I would put it at the top of that list is the next movie we're talking about next time, guys, Ocean's 12. So make sure to tune in for that one. Just a little teaser there. Because nothing else really I have to say. Is there anything else you guys want to mention about this film?
I like this movie. I think it's the perfect heist movie. Like I said earlier, I think it kind of just hits all the notes perfectly, and it's such a great well-made film.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really good. And honestly, if I get a chance, I give it another watch too again.
Yeah,
right, because it's not like I've seen it a million times. Right?
Yeah,
seen it like
now you know the girlfriend likes it.
Yeah, it's different. It's just something to throw on, right? Like I don't tend to do that. I tend to watch the movies once and then don't throw them on for years. Who knows until we start doing this, right? Yeah. So it's it throws me for a little bit of a loop, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go, guys. That's all I have to say about this one. So make sure to tune into the next one, guys. Ocean's 12, doing a double feature month. And on that episode, we'll be announcing our next double feature picked by JT. So make sure to tune into that one. I know I'm waiting to hear on what he picks for his team.
You might already know it, right?
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.
Peace out.
Later.
Take it easy.
Welcome to the show, everybody.